Hey guys, it's PokeDude. Here with Misaki. Get a little echo from you, Misaki.
Uh-oh, ready? Sheesh. Okay.
Okay. And welcome back to Fate Ataraxia. I finally made it through Hanafuda with only using 2 command spells. I just skipped the last 2 battles. So let's see if anything changes onto the next scene. Or maybe not. Oh wait, no, this is this is after the fight with Ilya, so we can skip that. Or what? Is this still the same after all that? Oh, I forgot about these guys. God damn it. Oh, I thought Ilya was the last one. Whoops. Oh man.
Oh yeah, those guys last time were just like nothing, that's why.
Yep. Well, I can't use the command spell, so... Alright, I guess we're doing one more
And the
round.
final boss was so forgettable.
Alright. I should have fought Ilya in that case, because I'm less scared of her than Medea. Hello there, Goddess Rumaminiad, how you doing? Alright, so, if we lose here, we have to quit, because we've already blown the command spells, and the whole point was to get here with at least one. I don't know if this is gonna help me, but can't let them get 4 lights. There we go. Yeah, now we're talking.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, this yeah, I got a stronger mini. Yeah, this Hanafuda thing is just a mini game in Fate Ataraxia. It's to be honest, I don't like it very much, but I really want to see what everything the game has to offer, so we got to get through it. We're trying to beat this for actually months now at this point. The thing is, it's pure luck. Alright. Like that. It's not great, but...
There.
Oh, by the way, I found out you can drag this window around for some reason. There's no reason to do that, but... Oh. I guess we're going for dregs. Okay, this is bad. This was only ribbons. Shoot. Oh, what the heck? Oh, these abilities. Oh.
話にならん出直してこい。まさかこれで終わりじゃねえだろう
At least
な。
they used their noble phantasms that turn, so no one has much MP.
よし、もらってくぜ。
Alright, need to win here. Yep, I think I can work with that. Yeah. Alright, we win.
Nice. See, they're nothing.
Alright, we finally made
Here
it.
in the main game in Hanafuda, they're just like, eh.
Yep. 7 stars gathered at last. When the 7 stars of the north meet, an ancient evil deity sealed by the 7 wise men will be revived. And with this majestic setting, the curtain dropped on our tale. Nothing about the Holy Grail War. Come now, servant, set forth to the stars. Come, Lolly Burma, say your prayers. The stars shall foretell the winner in the end. Well, this kind of story it was.
Here I go. Are you ready, Taiga? Of course. Hoo hoo hoo. I wonder what kind of impossible wish I shall ask of the sneaky bastard that can cheat the gods themselves. I'm making a wish first, got it? If they can still grant another wish after that, I'll let you have it. That's fine. Even if I don't get a turn, it seems our wishes are pretty much the same. Elia getting a roll means I get a roll too. Okay, now then, 7 souls unite into 1. Come to us, the victors, and grant our wish.
Did you call me?
Yeah, it is that thing that they said would come out at the end of the century, but didn't? That's right. Are you the Holy Grail?
By the way, I don't know if the it's picking up on the mic at all, but it's raining here, so sorry if it, you can hear that, everyone. I do not know such things. I merely grant wishes. However, beware. Only 1 wish may be granted every 100 years. You should think well before you speak.
So that's the way it is. After all, Ilia-chan, I'll leave it to you. Okay, no. We have decided our wish. Holy Grail, Taiga and I wish to have leading roles.
Love me!
What? Huh?
Very well, I shall increase your level of happiness by 1. Ooh, ah. Cool colors. Cool. Now it's monochrome. 2. Now it's 5. 6. The thread has evolved into the color of me. Ha. Did you guys see that? Now I'm a regular character, just like you. It's been a pleasure. The wish of the century now ends here.
Okay, time to beat him up. He just... Wakame! Phew, now I kind of understand how Sakura-chan feels. I mean, she's way too patient and way too enduring, and this punchline is way too cliché. Fine, if you want color so badly, we'll paint on some more. Go, Taiga! Turn that Wakame into a tomato! Hugh! Cobra!
Hugh Cobra. Expression of immediate malicious intent. And some kind of extremely strong energy ray, and for some reason there's a swordsman crawling towards me. Awesome, it's like the Fujimura lightning. Erasure complete. While the audience keeps flowing in from this previously unknown one-sided killing... Oh.
I, the winner, still feel empty for some reason. Alas, defeating yet another stranger here is all the taste of the newly found happiness I will get. Yo, yo, yo. Ah, to be followed by that in the very last moment. I knew there was no way it could go right, yet I still can't accept that. I guess there's no place for me even in this world after all.
Hold it, you two. The effort you've put into fighting up until now still has not been rewarded. While I am unable to grant your wish, I shall, at the very least, answer any questions you have.
For real? Oh wait, question. Is there a chance I could become a heroine in the future?
I do not know. That question is outside my area of expertise.
Gah. Not even a there is or there is not. Meaning, no?
What about you, young lady? Is there doubt that bears heavily upon your chest?
Just one then. Is it alright for me to be here? Should I give up and go back to the world controlled by a former maid? Hold on. Didn't you say something really weird just now?
The way it is now, there's no problem. Should a compromise prove impossible to reach, we will discuss it then. At that time, you shall find me once again.
Eh?
Farewell, we shall meet in 100 years.
He disappeared. Well, okay with this. My job here is done, too. The Holy Grail War is over, and I am now a free woman. Eh? Taiga, didn't you make me your disciple? Are you just going to disappear? If I were to follow the servant rules, indeed. But do not worry. I will live forever inside your heart, Ilya-chan. Whenever you're in danger, recite it like this. Taiga must die. Taiga must die. So yeah, goodbye. What? Or not? Huh? Why am I not disappearing? You won't, because of the servant class that you're in. Unlike everybody else, once you're summoned, you can't disappear until your master lets you. What? This is the first time I've heard about such a class. I mean, what's my class called anyway? What, aren't you a servant? I know that much. I want to know the cool Western name that comes before that, like Saber, Believer, or Prisoner. Ah yes, I want to summon the prisoner. I'm telling you, there's no before or after. Servant is your class name. Well...
Wait, isn't prisoner what Altera calls you in Extella?
Yep. Once their masters decided, servants tend to work with them for them their whole life. What was that punchline? Like a heroic spirit for a slave. What the? Who knows? Maybe there was a liberation movement among the enslaved population in some distant future. Now that you say it, I think I remembered something. I fight proudly against the heroine corps that have overrun the whole country. Sub-character resistance force. And with my spirit, I smash both to bits. Do you understand now? In that case, keep me company for a little longer. This Holy Grail War has ended, but there's the next one. For now, let's go look for all the scattered stars. How much longer would a little longer be, Master? For the time being, let's see another 100 years. Until the next Holy Grail War, that is. That's long. That's easily 2 human lives. Nothing little about it. Oh? I'm sure it'll go by in a flash. No such thing as boredom when I'm with you, Taiga. And besides, I'm your disciple, am I not? I'll be learning a whole lot from you from now on. I can't even object when you put it like that. Fine, I'll stick with you right until the very end. Being my first disciple, yet also my first master, it'll be an odd power relationship. Well, it'll work itself out, I'm sure. As expected of Taiga. Alright, first is the Atlantic. For our next battle, we will have a great worldwide adventure traveling all over the 7 seas. What? That's gonna be tough. I gotta find a swimsuit first. I got discarded due to time issues, but I really did have a pool event too. Ouch. Here, watch in awe, my tiger stripe diving suit. Ooh, awesome. It's too bad they can't see your sprite because of the game mode.
It really is unfortunate.
I guess they can't. If there's ever room for my swimsuit, I bet it's just gonna get used up by Ryder-san's event pick or something. Damn it. Look at it right now. We're gonna take over the world in our own way. Spirit teacher. The battle's not over yet. I did not expect Shinji to show up at the end.
Well, we finally got the good ending, question mark?
And we learned what kind of class that Taiga is.
Yep, servant class servant.
Best class.
Yes, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do all the other side stories with the other characters. Just too much luck involved. I don't think you can skip on those ones either. There is a retry, but not a skip. Alright, well, with that finally done, let's get back to the main game. Alright, so last time Bazett finally introduced herself to Rin and Shiro, during the day, I might add. Oh. Oh. Chapter 6, Anger Mine You. The first year was spent deciding who to hate. For a long time... I don't know.
Yes. Yeah. Back to the other narrative?
Yeah, it's narration now.
For a long time, he had been living in happiness. He was born in a plain, not-so-wealthy family. He had parents that were normal and a sister much younger than him. He woke up early in the morning, helping his father in the forest, carrying back the yield of the day to the village. That world of his was simple, yet everyday life didn't change. That work had gone on for decades. His father and his father's father probably entered the forest and lived under the grace of the mountain the same way. Just like his father and grandfather, he was also going to live a dull and boring life. There was the restlessness of youth, but he knew that would leave him as the years passed. A roof to sleep under, enough food not to starve, and the warmth of his neighbors, that was all he could ever ask for. But why? Why did it have to turn out like this? Villagers were at least entitled to this dull life. It hadn't been a rich village, but it brimmed with the rightness of being able to live normally and die quietly. The other villagers weren't any different from him. The other villagers thought of him as one of them. This vexes him even now. Nothing had suddenly gone wrong. There was no mistake anywhere. The choice that was made had been, undeniably, the will of humanity, including himself. That's why it still vexes him even now. Had it at least been the will of heaven, he could have cursed God's cruelty and been done with it. Filthy demon. It came without any warning. As naturally as saying good morning to another. First the eyes. Leaving the house, he went towards the woods like always. He said hello to a passing neighbor, but was ignored. The disaster took place in the middle of the village. Villagers he had never met surrounded him, and he would never return there again.
Hey, leave the left eye.
The ceremony was performed calmly. Apparently, he had been the devil himself. This fact, unknown even to him until now, left the people in grief and disgust. Finally, their anger rose up, and his fate was decided.
Damn nosy he is. We should take care of the throat.
There was more doubt than fear within him. Why? Why do this? Why did this happen? Why did it have to be him of all people? After all, no matter how hard he thought about it, there wasn't a trace of pretext to be found. And on top of that, how?
Yeah, as long as you can breathe, I guess.
How could they do such a thing?
Cut the tendons in his arms and legs. Only the tendons, mind you. His body belongs to everyone in this village. You must leave enough for everyone.
Several men took care of the ceremony. Cursed by almost everyone he knew, his arms and legs lost their function even while retaining their shape.
This is your punishment for not endowing our lives with abundance.
They said, and they meted out appropriate punishment to every part of his body.
Cut his tongue off, too, as if we'd give him the satisfaction of letting him die.
Insulted by many of those he knew, he was covered in filth.
This is what you get for threatening our lives.
They said, and every part of his body rewarded their discontent.
Serves you right, you damn demon.
That was the end of him as an individual human. His emotions were destroyed by the pain of losing his body. His rational mind was destroyed from the sorrow of losing his dignity.
I'll slaughter you.
And so, he had been kneeling for who knows how long. Not a single moan escaped him. The branch piercing through his throat had started to rot. His tongue had been ripped out long ago. His vocal organs had become inflamed after a night of screaming.
Why?
People that knew him, people that didn't know him, he was abused by everyone alike. The administering of justice needs no reason. They, with their righteous anger and morals, hated the demon confined atop the mountain without an ounce of shame.
The likes of you should not live.
They laughed. Yet they would not even do him the kindness of killing him. Hatred begets more hatred. Going beyond terror and confusion, a hatred was eventually born within him. But who must this hatred be directed at? Why? 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 He thought and spoke this question too many times to count. Even as one of his eyes was crushed, and as his fingers were cut off by some scissor-like tool, the words he managed to squeeze out of his throat were,
Why me?
none of the villagers would tell him.
Please stop. Please send me back. Please save me.
He did not put voice to those wishes, and he had already given up on hope. He had accepted it when the last of his fingers and toes, the big toe on his left foot, was cut off by the person who had once been his father. He had only a single wish left.
Why me?
That question alone was his final request, but nobody would tell him. The moment he realized the answer, he became a real demon. There was no reason as to why he was a demon. There was no reason for him to be chosen as a sacrifice. To begin with, the village elders, the people in power, never even knew him. Anyone would have been fine. It was not that he was hated because of his sins. Neither was he isolated because of his good deeds. As a completely dull, ordinary person, he was chosen completely by chance. Just for the sake of a one-day luxury, people he never met ended the life of a human that they never knew. That's all there is to it. Merely to fulfill the desires of a single night, his life, fostered well for decades, was trampled upon and crushed.
This world is governed by things that are not people.
The moment he realized that, he decided upon the target of his hatred.
All the evil in the world, I remind you.
The revered effigy thus became a genuine demon. An egg that will never hatch. An anti-hero of this small world that would rid it all of sins. He had no lip to struggle in pain. His limbs were completely severed. Only his heart was still alive. No arms, no legs, no dignity left. He had no functions as a human, but his sense of pain alone had yet to fail him. He took on countless amount of hatred, while bringing forth hatred just as infinite. His collapsed personality gained order in its own broken way. He was stone. Never going outside the stone prison, his body wasn't allowed to move at all. The eyelid of his remaining left eye was fixed, not allowing it to close. His dry, cracked eyeball continued to stare at the outside world. He was just like a stone statue that was conscious. Without taking a single step, he watched the unchanging scenery for a month, a year, decades. He could neither avert nor close his eye. The treatment that would make him forget the fact that he was still alive before the tedium sickened his mind would, in fact, continue until his death. What frightened him, however, was the fact that this torture, difficult to bear for even a single day, would last for his entire lifetime. A healthy person's sanity would surely fall apart in no more than 7 days. What allowed him to endure it, what preserved his soul, was the fact that his sanity had already been broken. Unchanging scenery wouldn't break him. That which spread beneath his eye was his hometown. The people that called him a demon as they turned him into a real one, the village that the hatred came from, he had an unbroken view of it all. A repulsive mass of goodwill, prospering by sacrificing the weak. He will continue to hate as long as he lives. This absurdity. The hidden repulsiveness of mankind. The overly tolerant world that approved of it. All that's left in the stone prison is a hatred that has been scorched in. Neither the personality nor the body that once belonged to him are in here. The soul in his physical body was annihilated long ago. It had already become something else. Only the hatred born from within him continues to smolder within his body, even to this day.
What the heck? It's not, well, okay, I think I why did it do
What
that?
happened?
I don't know. Okay. Yeah, that's where we're at. Wait. Yeah.
Who knows how many years passed like that? To him, having lost his sense of time, the world continued its dizzying transformation, even as it stagnated. The ties he had from when he was a human were no exception. The people that chose him, the people that took away his legs and arms, the people that were his blood relatives, the people that hated him, the people that he loved. Their hatred did not last as long as that held by the human they sacrificed. Those who stole everything from him disappeared from this world before he did. Like shooting stars, the strong, merciless flicker of an ever-coming days burned into his eyeball. For a long time, he was left in that sunny spot. He saw so many lives, the result of too many meaningless lives, consuming time and space, burning up their own lives recklessly, bearing children, amassing riches, yet ending without a trace. Hollow as they may have been, they were not void. Although they ended, it wasn't as though they did not continue. The wheel of time keeps turning. Lives wither, then bloom again. The cycle of prosperity and decay. The scenery before him kept on spinning. There were times of destruction overrun by believers of a different faith. There were times of expansion taking in fresh blood. Throughout it all, he continued to stare with hatred. Hatred was the only means by which he could connect to it. There was evil atop this mountain, breathing malice into all of us. That became the teaching passed down from the village since old times. As long as there was hatred, as long as he was hated, he would not die. The new villagers hated, worshipped, and thanked him as their everyday enemy. The young man who had become the demon didn't even exist there anymore. Hatred that gave birth to nothing. A blank space that existed to help life advance smoothly day after day. An open hole in their everyday life, a dumping ground that received all their overflowing emotions. What a convenient, false void that could never become anything. That village too disappeared in a flash. Neither decaying nor prospering. Times changed, people changed, and the mountain village, having fulfilled its role, went back to being an open field. Everything he hated disappeared without a trace. His name and body had been lost, and he had even lost sight of his soul. And in the end, even hatred left him behind. And yet, he is still connected to this place. Many years passed. People perished, the village perished, but even after his own body died, he cannot move from here. The hatred burned into this place is unchanging and undying. As long as the world of humans continues on, it will exist forever. In this empty wasteland, forever gazing at the end of the world.
I don't know if it's Bazett or Angermine you, but I'm going to assume Bazett.
And like that, I finally opened my eyes. What? I jumped to my feet off the couch. My head throbs painfully, the chaos doesn't stop, and the room I should already be used to appears as though a battlefield in the middle of a bombing. Standing up, I run while swinging my right arm. I move my arms as recklessly as a person on fire, and head to a corner of the room while shaking off my delusions.
What the hell's wrong with you? Did a spider crawl up your back or something?
And in the corner, there is my servant, sitting down like always. I have neither the composure nor affection to answer him. I push him aside, having no clue what I am trying to do myself, and stand in front of the mirror. The figure looking back at me is exactly the same as it was back when I stood here for the first time. There are no irregularities. There is nothing wrong with me whatsoever. But if I remember correctly, when I first saw this mirror, I felt uneasy.
What happened? Wait. Oh, that was Rin asking her.
What happened to that arm of yours? Arm, my left hand. I feel dizzy. something that was locked away comes pouring out. That's right, I noticed at that time. There's something extra on me reflected in the mirror, and something that should be there is missing. What made that uneasiness so vague?
You back to normal yet? In that case, time to keep going. It's not our style to lose all the time, eh, Master?
Was it not the servant that's now laughing behind me? I keep staring at the reflection in the mirror. My disordered mind, unable to bear the concentration, sends me into another bout of vertigo. And there, within my vision, flashing on and off, I see a terrible image. Ha, 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 ah. My ragged breathing starts to calm down. I touch my left arm with my right hand. It's only an illusion. The left arm is certainly there. But so is a lingering feeling of discomfort that I can't seem to erase.
What? Something wrong with your arm?
A voice from behind me. My mind, having just settled down, picks up speed once again. No, not particularly. You, on the other hand. I turn around. Opening my eyes, I look firmly at him.
Oh.
The boy laughs like a clown. Hey, we finally get to see him.
Yep. Looks weird without the headband.
That face, perhaps it might be familiar to someone other than me.
Oh, I see. You met with another master during the day, didn't you?
He knows. The servant knew everything from the beginning. I realized it long ago, yet I still...
I did warn you against strolling around during the daytime, didn't I? Well, whatever. The little lady's story is totally true. The Holy Grail War you got sent off to ended half a year ago. I still
wanted to trust a servant. And so, the ones that keep this Holy Grail War going...
ain't no other than the two of us. Though surely this wise miss is going to figure it all out. And yet, she's running around fooling herself, denying her own memories, and doing her darndest to stay in her own little world. But well, it's all over now. Ain't this enough, Master? See, this whole farce was nothing but you wanting to keep the Holy Grail War going so bad you dragged the retirees out to play.
Wicked laughter. He's getting on my nerves. He's getting on my nerves. He's getting on my nerves. Getting on my nerves. Were you deceiving me all this time? Avenger?
What slander? You just never asked. Had you asked me what happened in the Fifth Holy Grail War, I'd gladly told you how you redacted.
It hurts. My chaos-filled head hurts. My eyeballs glare at him hurt. My disordered breathing hurts. And above all, throbbing pain in my left arm. As if it's just been amputated.
Pain, but it's alright. I'm sure you'll recover soon. Abrupt, but if you notice, then this...
The shadow holds his hand out. The feeling of my left arm shoots through my brain. Shut up. How dare you until now? I trusted him. I thought of him as a comrade. You betrayed me too. The two part though. The moment I let loose those words, I lose all rational thought. Just being there and able to bear even my own existence, I ran out, my feet taking me somewhere on their own. As if just running away. My torn memories, then the left arm spilling invisible blood, they've taken all rational thought away from me. I can't remember. I certainly heard it, yet I still can't recall the conversation I had with that girl. Dead, she said. Someone had died at the Fifth Holy Grail, and the Fifth Holy Grail war was over. Died? Who? I fled back then too. Not even hearing that the Holy Grail war ended was enough to disturb me. So how did such a trifle end up destroying me so thoroughly? Ha. I run. I have nowhere to go, yet I'm running towards one very certain place. My left arm feels like it's being torn off. The sense of pain invades my mind, causing endless chaos and confusion. I, who left my hometown. An antique that has no place in the association. I was driven further and further into a corner as I tried to find my worth and could not. After leaving my hometown far behind, I then realized just how much I loved it, yet I could not go back. I had nothing definite, my own self was still vague. I built up an imposing exterior and nothing more, and on that day, for the first time, I saw a strength I could rely on. Not needing anyone. I selfishly admired that, thinking how much easier my life would be if I could be the same. I cringe in pain. I have morphine in my bag. This would be the first time I've ever wanted a painkiller, but I can't inject it into my left arm, so I'd rather have it right in my spine. That way, it would hit my brain right away, and I can forget everything. Forget all about it. I don't want to hear about who died. I came to this town as a master. I couldn't care less about that man. But why was I the one chosen? Bazett Frega McRemitz is a sealing designation enforcer. Any way you slice it, a Holy Grail war in a faraway eastern land is definitely outside of her jurisdiction. There has to be a reason. There has to be another reason I'm here. The reason made me so happy. I was so happy to be able to meet him again after all these years. I'm a mess who died. I'm a mess who died. I'm a mess who died.
How wonderful. I can hear this silver-colored song.
I'm finally here. The place I never entered up until now. The place I wanted to visit for a long, long time. From what I heard, it's a small yet elegant chapel. He abstained from luxury and lived a life of self-imposed stringency. I'm sure the building will be very much like him. Gloomy decorations, a tension in the air, these are all aspects of him. The vestiges of the man I trusted, making me nostalgic just by thinking about it. Why didn't I come sooner? This is where I'll find him. In the Fifth Holy Grail War, the priest will always welcome those who visit this church, and... Eh? This isn't what I heard. Nothing but ruins and an unfamiliar girl waiting for me in his place. You are... The pain is at its climax. It's as if my left arm is falling off. I am the priest substitute. Kotomine Kire is not here. He is no longer in this world. Open your eyes, Bazett. That which you desire never existed in the first place, just as Kotomine Kire never loved you, even for a moment. I was chosen because of the recommendation he gave me. To think you were nominated directly by the supervisor. Seems like there is some personal friendship between you two, doesn't it, Bazett? Not even the vulgar sarcasm of the association fazed me. I was happy to be chosen by the man that never chose anyone. But we never continued from where we left off that time. Last time, mixing business and personal affairs would only disappoint him. Having recognized my abilities, he recommended me as a master. Therefore, when I met him, it would be as the victor. I intended to see him only after winning the Holy Grail War. Everything was going smoothly. I made a contract with the ideal servant and set up my base in a Western-style mansion, which had been used by Amagus before. Soon, all 7 masters would be present. As I was preparing for the upcoming battle, he came to visit me in that room and... Poor Bazett. He killed me. I remembered. Those are my last memories. The fate of one miserable master that was called to the Holy Grail War, yet never had the chance to participate in it.
Seeing this whole farce was nothing but you wanting to keep the Holy Grail War going so bad you dragged the retirees out.
It's exactly as Avenger says. Kotomini attacked me from behind, and I was on the verge of death. My left arm holding the command spells had been torn off, and I was left alone in that mansion. My wound would bring death if I moved even slightly. Yet, it was also a fatal wound that would eventually kill me even if I didn't. Barely alive, I made a wish from the bottom of my consciousness that was running out together with my blood. Not for revenge. With death overtaking me, I had no room for anger at being betrayed. Nor was it despair. My dimming mind felt no sadness at the betrayal. At that moment, I had but one thought remaining in my heart. I don't want to die. I don't want to die in a place like this. I don't want to die in such a pitiful way. I can't bear dying alone like this. Time had stopped, more than halfway towards death. I kept on screaming until the remains of my life were all used up. And then...
If you become my master...
a mysterious and unfamiliar something.
For as long as the contract holds, I'll grant you that wish.
Happened to hear me. It was most likely what used to be the Holy Grail. The formless void inside the Holy Grail smashed by the winner of the 5th Holy Grail War. By all rights, once the Grail had been destroyed, it ought to have returned to the Throne of Heroes. But that thing lived inside the Holy Grail. No, inside the wish-granting Grail that it had finally taken the form of, the hero everyone had wished it to be. It was a servant reborn inside the Holy Grail. The one called all the evil in the world, having become the demonic Grail that grants people's wishes, had answered my call. How much of an embodiment of the Holy Grail he may be, he was a servant. Without a master, he would disappear. Though an impossible miracle, an accident that would never happen again, he had finally become the hero that everyone wished him to be, and yet he would disappear, having lasted not even one night. Our mutual interests happened to coincide in the fact that neither of us had a future. Well, of course, I was already about to meet my end. I was delirious. I had no time to contemplate that being's nature. I was just terrified that after my death, my body would rot, decay, and eventually become nothing. That's why only one thought of that remained burning in my mind as I laid on the verge of death. I don't want to die. I want to extend the contract. Thus, the thing that had lost its old shell, known as the Holy Grail, found a new home in me by forming a contract. I lost consciousness the very next moment. That is, I died. So what's left here is my corpse. A pitiful misconception repeating the same 4 days indefinitely, frolicking forever inside a walled garden. Had my last wish been, I want to be resurrected, I doubt he'd have been able to grant it even then. He said it himself. The dead cannot revive the dead. To give form to the dead is a privilege reserved only for the living. That's why the most he can do is deceive the soul. He preserves the soul separated from the body, and for as long as the contract is in force, he will play this convenient dream, with real life set as its stage. It's lavishingly ornamented. A hollow like a cradle, built in the depths of slumber. That's right. This never-ending Holy Grail war itself is what Bazett wished for. And that servant was my very own wish-granting Holy Grail.
I finally get to the church several minutes behind Bazett. I knew this fleet-footed lady ought to seek refuge here. For Bazett Fragga McGremitz, this church is the last bit of support she can rely on. It's also the one place that she should never set foot in. There's that moldy old organ. This better not wind up being a pain in the ass. Even though, judging by her good mood earlier, I can expect to meet with instant death if I faced her right now. I'm not the kind of servant who would abandon his master when she's at her most desperate. Preparing myself for the possibility that my head is about to part ways with my body, I fumble in the darkness until my hands find the door. Inside the abandoned building, there's a woman feebly hanging her head. And at the altar, there's a silver flower in bloom. Yo, looking at you, seems like you've remembered it all now. The woman doesn't answer. Looks like she's calmed down, but I guess she's still mad at me. My, still in a stormy mood, are we? Okay, you win. There's no special bonus. Actually, it isn't something I'd normally tell unless you asked. But here, I'll let you know how the world really were.
There is no need. There are only 2 things you need to answer.
She cuts me short. There was no emotion in the words she shot at me. The woman had become a machine. In that case, there's no need for me to stay human either.
Will the Holy Grail war continue for as long as I wish?
Yes.
Will I not die for as long as the Holy Grail war continues?
Yes.
That's fine then.
She passes me as she heads out of the church. I can't believe it. Right now, I'm genuinely shocked. Hold on, what do you mean fine? Are you just going back to the start after coming this far?
We always return to the first day, do we not? Isn't it a bit late for you to be complaining?
Oh wow, the tables have been turned. I don't get it. You found out the trick, haven't you? Then this should be it. This world is dying. Sure, it won't end, but it won't continue either. Nothing will come out of staying here.
That is the same for the outside world as well. Myself, the world around me, and the world that allowed it to happen, it all started crumbling long ago. I will not return to life. All that remains is to see just how far my annihilation can be delayed.
She's terrified. She's saying she's terrified of the inevitable death.
We lived in a world without future hope. I would rather repeat things over and over in here than go back to such reality. That's right. I wish I'd realized it sooner. I'm not upset about being betrayed. I'd nothing to begin with. It is far better to stay here, even if it only lasts 4 days, than to continue living in a place like that.
That's wrong. Being weak is fine, but stalling in here is a bit of a waste. What was it that you struggled to breathe until now for? Far better, huh? Bit late for you to be complaining too, don't you think? Didn't you know how merciless reality is from the moment you were born? She's pessimistic because she's weak. However, it's swallowing up that weakness and dying that's the #1 sign of being human. That's what the priest was saying.
The discussion ends here. Let us continue the fight. You are my servant. You should follow my directions.
Bazett is leading the church. This is completely beyond my expectations. I thought that once she regained her memories, she would reject the silliness once and for all. Gonna need a little push here, methinks. Unfortunately, I can't really think of anything. Well, whatever. If the master intends to fight, the servant ought to just follow along. The one last push will be the job left for the hero of justice.
So go on.
There's a woman standing at the altar. She's so sensitive she might just die if I get any closer. The distance between us now is close as we can manage. It's not like we could ever talk or touch each other to begin with. What can I say? I'm the one who's in charge of the contract. The one who's in charge of the contract told me to go with it. A familiar like me couldn't turn defiant and rip the contract up themselves, now could they? Huge violation of the basic rules of magic there.
Yes, I understand. For one of your standing, that certainly would be the best course of action.
Her tone is cool and indifferent. Since neither one of us cares as much for the other's existence, our conversations are never any longer than they need to be. However, for whatever reason...
I met you. You seem to be enjoying yourself.
She brings up something unnecessary. Well, if I was having fun, I guess that's good. I give a vague reply. Whether I should show joy or envy, react with surprise or with sorrow, honestly, I have no idea. Master's waiting outside. I'll be going soon. The atmosphere is getting awkward, so let's get this over with.
Me to offer you a piece of advice. Whether the contract is cancelled or whether it runs out, she will not be saved either way. Thus, you should rather...
I don't want to hear it. Her statement isn't even correct in the first place. No way. Ain't no one who can't be saved so long as they seek help. No matter who you are, salvation will always come in the end.
I'm astonished. Are you really want to be saying that, Angramanyu?
Of course. Well, my idea of salvation may differ from the human one a tad. And you got no clue about bringing salvation while alive, unfortunately. Those that fell into despair can't be changed. So instead, you just need to switch that despair with something more meaningful. And as one lies on their deathbed, being able to savor the illusion of a well-spent life in their final moments ought to bring happiness to any human.
Say, do you really want to end that wish even now?
You bet. How many million times do you think this makes? I'm so bored of this, my eyes are glazing over.
Liar.
The woman goes up the stairs. In the end, I'm the only one left in the chapel. How many million times, huh? A string of ordinary days and I already know everything there could possibly be to know about. A world dimming ever so slightly with every new event. A world that I've never personally experienced, but where everything is known to me at the same time. There are still some gaps in it, but I'm sure that even those are just worthless bits of daily life. Well, anyway. Liar, who the hell do you think you're talking to here? You can't go expecting an Avenger to be honest. Being criticized for lying doesn't put me in a good mood, that's for sure. Just what does this woman think I am, anyway? Next, Chapter 7, Cradle Hollow.
Morning, world.
Oh, guess we're talking to her again. Third time. In the end, I'll go visit the church. I can't remember how many times I've dragged myself here. The rules of the 4 days do not apply here. I can meet and part with her however many times I wish. Two of us would eventually run out of things to talk about, though. New elements do not enter here, so it's only natural that I would someday fill in all the events. I come to the church to fill the blank spaces, and this will be the last time. Visits after this one will mean little to me. Phew. It's not that I'm tired, but I've run out of vigor. What I need is momentum, not rest. Let's go produce a little energy. The performance was rather short this time. After expecting so much, it's a bit of a letdown, but seeing as it did give me a little energy I was after, I guess it was fine. The grinding heat in my chest feels good. And I do say it's bad for your health if you don't get angry once in a while. However, I'm not satisfied with what follows afterwards. Karen, who has finished her performance, again stands in front of me, silent. It may just be me, but she looks to be in an even worse mood than before. You could even say she's standing imposingly. Cloudiness matches this church. Rather than piercing sunlight that makes you feel alive, it is this deathly grayness that matches the church so well. The church itself has a long history, but way before the war, it was renovated after incurring heavy damages during the Third Holy Grail War. A person named Kotomine Rise was dispatched as a qualified candidate who was particularly familiar with the land. He was the father of Karen's predecessor, Kotomine Kirei. Kotomine Rise, despite his young age, performed the role of supervisor in the Third Holy Grail War. In recognition of his achievements, he was entrusted with this church. With plenty of experience under his belt, he strove for an even better outcome in the Fourth Holy Grail War, but died due to unforeseen circumstances. The local noble Magus he assisted suffered unexpected defeat, and the war ended in chaos. The Fourth Holy Grail War, the battle that caused Shinto's Great Fire. The third one was 50 years ago, roughly around the same time as the World War. And the fourth one was just as newly modernized economy was about to stagnate. And with the battle Miyashiro was involved in half a year ago, Fuyuki's Holy Grail War came to an end. Up to this point, it's been 200 years.
I love how long his inner monologue is because, like, look at her expression just constantly changing. She's like, what is this guy doing just staring at me?
Yeah. It's amazing how such a sacrament has been carried out until now in such a far eastern land. The tenacity of the participants that tried to reach a miracle was near fanaticism. When it came to obsession, the Holy Church and the Mages Association are not that much different. I do wonder, though, is that place on the other side really that good? But enough of that. Alright, let's talk about something.
Go ahead then. I do not have a topic. I will go on with the arrangement after you are done talking.
Starting from me? There's no way around it. Having been outlasted in a contest of silence, it is not my job to suggest a topic of discussion. But I've run out of things to say. There's nothing I could chat about with her, nor do I have anything worth asking. There's nothing that's on my... come to think of it. There's one matter of great interest to me. What do you look like in a swimsuit?
Is something the matter?
No, I just noticed your clothes are different. You didn't wear the vestment at night, did you?
Correct. Is there a problem?
Well, I was just wondering why you change. Why would you change? That's really a lot different from the vestments. You're looking the part of a sister right now, but you look nothing like a priest at night. No, that was something else entirely. It was beyond the point where it could be overlooked just because it's black like a cassock.
Are you saying that it was too light of a dress for a priest?
It's not that you're too late. It's not that you're too lightly dressed. It's more a problem of your image. Those clothes, aren't they just a little too gaudy? They're all black and make you look like a villain. If only you were always in your vestments, then I wouldn't have made any awkward misunderstandings.
Those are the clothes I wear to exorcise demons. It is my battle attire, so it's no surprise it would have a different vibe from the vestments.
Ah, so it's a combat uniform for exorcisms. I guess it does look easy to move around in, since you're pretty much naked.
In other words, you have some sort of personal opinion regarding my clothing?
More like doubts than an opinion. Sure, it's easy to move in, but when it looks like that, can you blame me for being uneasy? Whose idea was that anyway? Well, it's even more sketchy than a skimpy swimsuit. It's like absurdly arousing, I guess. It's not easy to just say it, so I can't really explain it well, but...
Oh, Emiya, it's what you call level 99 armor.
Did you forget to put on the bottom part? No answer. Does that mean yes?
That is by design. There was no skirt to begin with. Please cease your wicked thoughts.
God, this woman is really reading my mind. I guess, yeah, there's no way it could be like that. You're a sister at any rate, so seduction would naturally be forbidden. Sorry, it should have been obvious. A combat uniform like that seems pretty outrageous. So I just got curious and asked. So, whose idea was that?
It isn't anyone's preference. It is just something I picked out from the ritual clothing and revised myself.
Ah, so you're the one who picked it.
It's a result of prioritizing functionality. What I sought was mobility, not protection. Also, it's no surprise you'd find it lascivious. What is that word? Lascivious. It was made for the purpose of seducing men to begin with.
Huh? I'm stunned. Producing men... For seducing men, is she serious? What's with that? Didn't you say seduction was strictly forbidden?
You're the one who said that. I haven't said anything about it being prohibited.
Good, but didn't you say it was disrespectful when I thought you weren't wearing bottoms on purpose?
Putting on clothes for luring men and taking clothes off in public are different matters. The way you put it was if I am an exhibitionist.
Seems that the disrespect. Seems that's the disrespect she was mad at. From the standpoint of a man, neither seems very different, but exhibitionism certainly would be bad, and it's a crime. But why do you want to attract men in the first place? Sisters are supposed to remain chaste, aren't they? Or are you fine with anyone when it comes to men?
If a man wishes it, I won't refuse. For example, if you feel the thirst to uncover a woman in response, I shall quench it. That too is my work. This body is meant to respond to pain. You would not suffer punishment. I would be getting violated not by you, but by a demon. You, the human, would not bear the weight of the crime.
I see. If you think about it, even when she's not doing anything, she's always tinged with the taint of demons. Even if nobody dirties their hands, she automatically gets aroused and comes anyway. Are we approaching an age scene here? Masturbation.
It feels like it, but at the same time, I feel like no, because it's at the church.
Yeah.
I can't tell at this point.
It's masturbation akin to self-mutilation. If that's her everyday routine, then of course it wouldn't make much of a difference who her partner is. So what you're saying is your daily praying and being violated by men is the same kind of work? Oh man, have you actually been tempting me this whole time?
Desire, then I will be your partner as well.
Really? Lucky me. Because you see, I have no desire for it, so it's all good. No, I'm glad. Very glad that I could get by without humiliating your girl. No matter what anyone says, I'm not the slightest bit inclined to try it. Even if she asked me, I would want no part. If the condition is that it can't happen unless I feel like it, there's no problem.
Wow, that's like the opposite reaction of Shiki. Is it because I have yielded my body to many of the opposite sex? Do you prefer women that are pure and innocent?
No, I'm not picky about that. If you're doing it because they want to, then why don't you just go at it all day and night and forget about being chaste? You guys do have that slogan, love thy neighbor. What the fuck, man?
Oh gosh. I do think that and my work are different. If anything, I'd say my conduct is closer to that of a prostitute.
That's all the more noble. Casual relationships and relationships of monetary exchange aren't bad either. Way better than being some stuck-up woman that just leaves you hanging. I look over the church with a glance. There aren't any statues here. Doesn't look as if she'll be accused of slander. Don't you get it? Even if you're a prostitute like you say, there's no need to feel down over it. It's not that you don't want... I don't want you physically. It's an emotional problem. I may have the desire, but so long as there's no love, I don't want to get involved. Although she keeps wandering around in front of my eyes in an outfit like that, there's no telling how things will turn out. The preferences of a normal adult male are one thing, but to me, those clothes are a little intense.
I understand what you are thinking. I will keep that in mind from now on.
Oh, are we done with talking about the clothes already?
Yes, that is enough. I did not want to know, but I do understand you now. Really, you have become quite weak, haven't you? To me, you look small enough to be blown away. Do you hate yourself so much?
Huh? Her outright provocation produces a burst of energy within me. What did you just see of me with those dead eyes, you? Why is that? I don't really hate myself. That's your way of preaching to me. Mind keeping your nose out of my business?
That is my thanks for praising my clothing. Just give up and take it. So, why is it that you do not like me?
She jumped straight to the issue. Following her lead, I blurted out, "Well, I just can't stand people with no desire of their own." I ignore the mountain of minor flaws and go straight for the killer one.
See, that is why you hate yourself, because the Emiyashiro who destroyed the Holy Grail did not desire anything in return. A model of dedication to your neighbors and neglect for yourself, as if praying for the world to be just, that is, no doubt, that is your way of life. Yet I wonder why. Why can you not feel the beauty of it?
Well, I mean, it's not beautiful in the slightest. The problem comes before even judging whether it's good or evil. I have no intention of trying to live that sort of good-for-nothing life in the first place.
Nobody is blaming Emiyashiro anymore, yet he makes no attempt to find a desire of his own. Say, does ordinary happiness really bore you that much?
I get it. My way of life is, in short, an existence where I don't have the patience to be content with that. There should be as much happiness as there are lives. Just a tiny amount is not worth the trouble, with screams. You sure put it nicely. As expected of the substitute priest, it's an irrefutable paradox. If you get the chance, scold me properly some other time.
Right, I don't think my nagging will change the sense of justice you've held for over 10 years. But if you so wish, I shall attempt to persuade you once again.
I stand up. I should have left earlier, as soon as the organ stopped. What I wanted was an energizing hatred. Realizing my disgust for myself is making all of that motivation disappear. See ya. Looks like you've got other things to do, so let's end it here. If it goes any further, I'll be venturing outside my domain. These 4 days are someone's reproduction of a Holy Grail war that Emiyashiro and this woman Karen cannot meet. If I keep meeting people who are not in the battle, my existence as Emiyashiro will collapse.
You are going to go look for the Grail, aren't you? Have you discovered the way to end this world?
A voice rings out behind me. Even turning around is a pain. Well, according to what Tosaka Rin says, it's just
according to what Tosaka Rin says, it's just a matter of me defeating the holder of the Grail, but...
I think that was his line. Yeah. With the intelligence I have at my disposal, it just ends with my own defeat, no matter how many times I try.
It would seem so. Therefore, you must complete the picture. You must discover the meaning of your existence and solve that darn puzzle.
Yeah. Meaning means self-awareness. Recognize what it is that I must do. This woman is telling me to find that by myself without someone else telling me.
Find the enemy's stronghold. The key to the beginning should be there.
Thanks, but I've already investigated that mansion a long time ago, if that's what you're referring to.
There's something that you've overlooked. Go ask the Tosaka heir about London.
A straightforward piece of precise advice. I don't want to look back, but my feet stop and my neck turns. See, that's why I didn't want to look. That's a violation of contract. We were only supposed to exchange information.
This time is an exception. I said it, did I not? You're still lost in the next... If you're still lost the next time you come, I shall point out the way.
Did she really make a promise like that by herself? Really, she's a woman that just says whatever she wants. Thanks, this means our business is really settled now, right?
Yes, this is as close as I can get involved with Emiyashiro.
I leave the church. Emiyashiro has not met Karen or Tensia to begin with. It's always been an impossible event. I have no reason to grieve, even if this was our final farewell. Heard the last piece of advice. Free action at night. Emiya residents decided to tell Rin.
Oh, more
Hey,
Shinji.
yeah.
Is he gonna steal another wish?
Oh, this is narration.
I assuming it's Shinji's? Yeah.
I think this is third person narration.
Although it is an abrupt question, with the excellent housekeeper known as Sakura being monopolized by the Emiya residents, just how is the Mato household holding up, I wonder?
In other words, what do you usually eat, Shinji? This guy sure asked some surprising questions right after showing up without an appointment. If you weren't an old friend, I'd have you hanged for that. With a broad smile, Mato Shinji gives a gentlemanly response. As expected from the son of... I forget how to pronounce this word. Bourgeois? Yeah. He's been brought up well. So, what do you really want, Emiya? You couldn't have come here to ask such a pointless question. It's not pointless. After all, I have Sakura helping me with dinner. If the Mato family's meals are suffering because of that, I have no excuse. That. Just like always, you only think about unnecessary things. Ha! Shinji lets out a dry laugh. The cynicism doesn't have its usual bite. You seem down, Shinji. Are you really not eating enough when Sakura's not around? Of course not. We employed a housekeeper to take care of meals. Well, I usually ate out, so the housekeeper just took care of grandfather. Ooh, you hired a housekeeper? Well, yeah, our place is bigger than Tosaka's. It's hard to manage without one or two housekeepers. Before Sakura started going to your place, she just left everything to the housekeeper, too. Huh, that's unexpected. Or maybe not. Sakura only took up cooking after she started coming to my place. In the beginning, she couldn't even make rice balls well. She was on the verge of tears. But that was only until recently, right? Sakura can do anything now. When it comes to cooking and cleaning, she's at least as good as me. She comes here once in a while, so isn't she cooking and stuff? The right to remain silent has been invoked. Shinji stays quiet like a cornered criminal. As though he wants to get something off his chest, but is scared of what would happen later if he said it. Didn't mean to put you on the spot. Well, it's fine as long as you're eating properly. Where's that housekeeper now? Already gone. Sakura said something like, Nissan, we're not children anymore, so I don't think we need her, and had her resign. Sakura does have a point. She has a point, but the Sakura Shinji's telling me about is making me vaguely uneasy. Hey, Shinji, could it be that Sakura doesn't cook here? Heh, aren't you inexperienced? That way of thinking is the naivete of one who has yet to see hell. Did you know they say that true fear comes from giving rather than taking away? Don't really get that, or rather, I don't want to think too hard about it. But is it correct to say that Sakura does all the housework? About every 2 days. Near charge of cooking, she comes to cook and clean and such. She's making dinner today too, so I'm waiting at home. I don't get it even more. Isn't that a good thing? What's wrong? You've been shaking for a while now, Shinji. What do you mean, what's wrong? I'm just shaking because I'm scared. This is horror. Horror, I tell you. Emiya, aren't you scared of Sakura? Of eating food made by Sakura?
What?
Normally this is where I throw out something like, don't be rude, you stupid brother. But Shinji's fear is 100% that of a victim. What, does Sakura's food taste bad or something? No, it's not bad. I wouldn't say it in front of her, but the taste is better than the family restaurants around here. Well, it's too common for my taste. No matter how hard she works on her techniques, Sakura is still Sakura after all. Heh. No matter how scared he is, Shinji is still Shinji. Wonder if you could call this a kind of brotherly love. Well, leaving that aside, then what are you dissatisfied with? All I'm hearing is you boasting about your sister. No way. Why would I ever boast about Sakura? I'm trying to say it's about her behavior, not how the food tastes. That's right, this is a good chance to ask. Say, Emiya, when you eat or cooking, do you feel like you're being watched? Watched? No, I don't get that feeling, do you? I feel it, or more like, it feels like it's stabbing me. She's too sensitive about table manners. If I leave some salad, she looks away like she's unhappy. If I eat fish with a spoon, she looks depressed. And if I don't help clean up afterwards, she mumbles complaints. A spoon? And I guess you could, but... Honestly, is she a child? You're the child, you moron. Anyone would be angry about that, not just Sakura. Even if you couldn't help but leave the things you don't like, you could at least help clean up. If you did that, not even Sakura would complain. You're completely at fault here. I won't stop taking Sakura's side on this. You can only say something like that because you don't know what it's like here, right? Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Sounds like everyone sits in a warm, happy circle at the Emiya residence. Over here, it's miserable thanks to Sakura. It couldn't get any lower. Should I say it's already at absolute zero? It's so bad that grandfather says, unheated frozen dinners, what would be better? And shuts himself up in his room. That's probably because Zoe can waste Sakura's cooking too. If you thanked her like you should, she wouldn't get mad. Huh, easier for you to... that's right. Emiya, if you're going to say that much, come see for yourself. Huh? Don't me. I've been afraid to look on my own, but if you're with me, we can do it. You're on Sakura's side, right? In that case, let's go check together, okay? Don't okay me. Just what are we supposed to go in and check? Sakura's room. See if she's keeping a diary. If we read it, we can find out what she thinks about us, right?
I don't think they should.
What? No, reading someone else's diary is bad regardless of the circumstances. Plus, sneaking into Sakura's room isn't good for our lives. You're not going to refuse, are you, Emiya? This is all because you taught Sakura housework in the first place. If she hadn't learned to cook, we'd have peace at our dining table. As a teacher, take some responsibility for your student. No, that's not my responsibility. No, it is your responsibility. Sakura was bad at the essentials to begin with. To keep someone like that from doing anything is for the sake of the world. But because you went and tempted her, grandfather and I have to tremble like chickens in a poultry farm. I'm way past my limit. Come on, Emiya. If you save Sakura, then save us too. Shinji leads towards us like a zombie. In the dim Mato mansion, that performance isn't funny. I get it, so hands off. Sheesh, you're overthinking this, Shinji. Fine, I'll keep you company. But on one condition. If we find Sakura's diary and it says something like, if only Nissan would help out, you'll reform your way of thinking. Do this and we'll come to an agreement. Ugh, fine. It's a bit irritating, but I can do that much. Good, it's a promise, Shinji. This will be for Sakura's sake. If this gets Shinji to help with the housework, it should be fine. Sakura would forgive even something as terrible as sneaking into a girl's room without permission, right? We ascend the stairs to the Mato mansion, dark even at noon. Shinji's face doesn't look so good. He's the one who said, let's go check, but it feels as though he'll run away at the first opportunity. Emiya, there's one thing I forgot to mention. In front of Sakura's room. In front of the firmly locked door, Shinji whispers to me. For about half a year, there's been a weird barrier around Sakura's room. Grandfather says it seems like magic she learned from Ryder. Be careful if you want to come back alive, or something like that. Huh? What's with this foreshadowing that feels like a bad end flag? Wait a minute, you never said this before. All I said was that I'd look for Sakura's diary with you. You really are stupid, aren't you? You think I'd beg you in tears over something like that? Sakura will know someone's intruding as soon as the door opens. But if you're my accomplice, maybe she won't go too hard on us. The school's idol begins desperately laughing and dancing. You tricked me, Shinji! However, Shinji-kun does not understand in the slightest. Sakura's-san's anger does not change no matter who it is. If I'm the accomplice in the situation, this may be the point of no return. Wait, huh? Somehow it hasn't changed at all? Shinji peers restlessly around the room, perhaps judging that there was nothing out of the ordinary after only 10 seconds of investigation. What an anticlimax. If this is it, I should have snuck in sooner. Shinji barges violently into the room. Shinji, the thing you lack most is caution. I have no choice but to carefully follow him. We have no time. If what Shinji says is true, Sakura will have noticed that there's someone intruding. Assuming Sakura is at my place, it would take 30 minutes to run full speed to the Mato residence. We live that far away from each other?
I guess so.
I have to finish this operation, retreat as far as I can, and come up with an alibi within those 30 minutes. Shinji, for the time being, let's search the desk. If it's a diary, it's got to be in the desk. If it's not, then it's not a diary. A diary that's hidden where no one can find it is not a diary, but something much more frightening. I'll leave the desk to you. I'll search the closet over here. I would check under the pillow, personally. There's a lot I'd like to say about that, but for the time being, if I find the diary, it'll all be over. Fun home economics beginner's course. Wrong. Simple 3-minute polling? Wrong. I can't tell anyone how to relieve your stress. Wrong. 100 Chinese cooking traps. How to defeat Chinese chefs. Wrong. Caring for the elderly at the end. Grip the neck tightly.
What?
That's wrong as well. I can't find anything that looks like a diary. Shinji, how are you doing? What's with that size? That's Sakura. Is she still growing? Outrageous, says the hopeless big brother as he checks the size of the underwear. Haha, if someone were to take a picture of this scene, we would have to obey that person for the rest of our lives. Quit fooling around. It's been 10 minutes already. If we don't find it in another 10 minutes, we're getting out of here. Okay, I got it. If it's not the desk or the closet, the next we'll look under the bed, or... Shinji removes the painting adorning the wall. Oh? There it is. The notebook that was hidden behind the painting falls at our feet. Honestly, that idiot really doesn't think, does she? Isn't hiding it there like saying, please find it? No, it's not like thieves could come into your house. I think she really did put some thought into it. Speaking our minds, we drop our gazes to the floor. There. What? Lay an indescribably ominous item. Gasp, this notebook. Could it be that rumored notebook which... No, whoever's name is Rin meets their death? No.
Assassination notebook.
Annihilation for Kids series. 3 kills
Revenge, Sakura.
3 kills per day.
Oh my.
Einsburg Publishing.
Of course.
Shinji cries out. Due to shock, his tone raised that to that of a young lady at the end there. No, I don't think that's quite it, but I wonder. It's my first time seeing this, but I think I recognize this series. I pick up the notebook. Anyway, I should confirm whether or not this is what we're looking for. Wait, show it to me too. I don't want to look, but not looking away is more scary. But not looking is more scary.
Month 0, day, or month circle, day circle, clear sky, star. Today's events. Nissan has been coming home past midnight. From now on, I'll tell him in advance when I'm making dinner. Month circle, day circle, clear sky, star. Today's events. Nissan is leaving his unwashed clothes around. From now on, I'll leave him a note on how to use the washing machine. Month 0, day 0, clear sky, star. Today's events, Nissan is spending a lot of money. From now on, I'll tell him precisely about the monthly spending limit.
The trifling memos in the notebook continue on. Huh? It's a completely normal diary. Really? Really? This really is just like Sakura. She warned you like she said in this diary, right? Ah, now that you mention it, I think she did scold me about a lot of things, like making dinner today, or I'd like you to bring out your dirty clothes, or your allowance for the month is 20,000 yen. She was annoying, so I forgot. Why you? Then of course Sakura would be in a bad mood. Even so, she admirably did all the chores herself. There's nothing to blame her for. You were so freaked out that I almost started believing you, but Sakura's the same as always. From now on, help her out around the house like you promised. Huh. It's a bother, but I did promise. Fine, if you say it was all my imagination, I'll help at least. Shinji reluctantly accepts my conditions. Sneaking into Sakura's room and reading her diary was reckless, but this is a result. Wait, huh? What's wrong, Emiya? You look like you just saw a ghost. Don't go trying to scare me now. I silently turned the page. It seems there was more written in the notebook.
Month circle, day circle, clear sky, star. Today's events. Nissan spilled soy sauce on my new clothes. He laughed and apologized, saying sorry, that didn't go well. I'm glad he apologized, but what didn't go well? Today's events. Grandfather complained, why does our Sakura have such a poor memory? In that case, I should have chosen the older sister. Oh. I think if I don't approve my skill at magic, it will be unfair to Grandfather. Today's events. Nissan loved his entire omelette rice and eaten. I don't really understand why. When I asked, he just repeated, commoners, commoners, commoners. What should I do? Today's events. Grandfather was ringing the buzzer in the middle of the night. I thought he had to go to the toilet or something, but he was just hitting it half asleep. Even so, when I came running, he kept repeating, the older sister would have been better. What should I do? Nissan threw away all the dinner I worked so hard on. I don't really understand why. When I asked, he just repeated commoners, commoners, commoners. Really, what should I do? Nissan put coffee gum in the stew pot. Up until now, I've been trying to think of why, but maybe there was no reason.
Wonder what the number of stars means.
Yeah. Nissan ate all of her dinner without telling me. I was waiting for Nissan to come, so I went without dinner. My stomach is growling.
As though something is urging me, I turn the pages. This is dangerous. I must not read past this point. Or rather, I have to leave this notebook and run away from the Mato mansion. But my hand won't stop turning the pages.
Nissan has been coming home in time for dinner lately. Very good. Today's events. He forgot to say thanks for the meal. Today's events. Grandfather hired a new housekeeper, then played mean pranks on her and made her cry. I think there's something wrong with the men of the Mato lineage. I think I'll change my way of thinking a little. I feel like the amount of stars just represents how angry she's getting. Nissan left one piece of lettuce and one tomato uneaten.
Oh.
Uh-oh, 5-star. Today, my brother, he smacks his lips while he's eating. I don't like it. Today, the old man, he eats udon in his sleep and spits it up. I want him to stop. Today, my brother, he came home 2 minutes late. I don't think it will happen again.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's a lot of stars. Today, my brother, he refused to clean the bath. Unforgivable. Today, the old man, he left one grain of rice uneaten. Unforgivable. Oh, that's a lot again. Today, my brother, he threw away a magazine after he read it. Unforgivable. Today, my brother, he ate my hamburger. Unforgivable. Oh, I see the rage there. Today, my brother, he left his salad uneaten as usual. Unforgivable. Today, my brother, he has bad posture during meals. Anyway, it's unforgivable. Today, my brother, unforgivable. Today, my brother, unforgivable.
I just clicked too much, but I just kept repeating.
Yeah, unforgivable, unforgivable.
Shinji, although your behavior is the main cause of this, close the notebook. Prepare for a full-powered sprint and take a deep breath. What? If there's something you want to say, come on and say it. You're right about Sakura being scary. There's nothing more I can do for you. What? That's dirty, Emiya. You're in this with me now that you've come this far. So let's think of a way to calm Sakura down. Sorry, I can't agree to something impossible. Well, I've never heard this music track before. Besides, I don't think an outsider would be butting in on Mato's problems. Huh? Somehow my arms and legs seem numb. And my head is starting to ache. What is this? It's like I can't stand straight. The barrier has been activated? I see. It was made to switch on when someone takes out the notebook and runs away. So this weird feeling of becoming is because of the barrier? But the door isn't locked. If I can get into the hallway before the barrier is completely activated... Huh? Even if my limbs are numb, this is kind of weird. I can't cover a distance of only 2 meters. No, it feels more like the door is getting farther away. My head hurts. There's no way this could be a hangover? That's right. Its dizziness is like severe drunkenness, or maybe like tripping. Ah, so that's why the door looks so big. Isn't this fun, Emiya? You've been drugged, huh? Hallucinogens? Hallucinogenics? LSD? Disney? Whoa, cool. The room's getting bigger. Shinji's pleasantly drunk out of his mind. I see. So the door's not getting farther away. It's getting bigger. No, wait. Maybe me and Shinji are getting smaller. That's when we just won't be able to reach the hallway. Huh? What's that sound just now? Hey, Shinji. What do you think that sound was? That sound was? Oh no, my speech is getting slurred. It's an illusion. This is an illusion, but I can't oppose the effect on my central nervous system. It's unmistakably Ryder's suggestion. There's a pattern of cursed eyes mixed in with the wallpaper, so I fell for the trap just by opening my eyes. What do you mean, what? You're such an idiot, Emiya. That was the sound of the front door, so it's obvious the sound of Sakura... Obviously, the sound of Sakura coming home. I see. It's already been 30 minutes after all. We both laugh. A merry pair of intruders, reeling with dizziness so strong they no longer cared what would happen. Footsteps growing slowly up the stairs echo. Oh wait, I think that's Sakura.
There's sure some troubled people out there breaking into a girl's room without permission. How shameful, how unforgivable. Even if we're siblings, I don't think I could let it pass.
Danger, danger. There's an aura of rage that can't be hidden even if mixed in with that unnatural monologue. I've sobered up. My limbs are still numb, but I've come completely back to my senses. Shinji, we're getting out of here. I grab Shinji's hand as he rolls around, laughing and run for the door. My head's going to break. The drunkenness I've never felt before makes me feel like everything is flying around. And so the death sentence gradually draws nearer. Yeah, it's like we're in a different world now, huh? By the way, Emiya, when it comes to ketchup, I'll only take Del Monde, you know? But Sakura goes and buys this co-op ketchup. God damn it, it's delicious. I've changed my mind about co-op ketchup. But I don't approve of it because I'm the Prince of the Stars. I'll never approve of the commoner's tastes. Shinji is pleasantly panicking. It's no use. There are lights flashing inside my head. Oh, that narration again.
Although it's an abrupt question, with the excellent housekeeper known as Sakura being monopolized by the Emiya residents, just how's the Mato household holding up, I wonder?
Oh, was that Emiya? I wonder. I shouldn't have. Oh, come on. Why have to go and worry about that? I'm so stupid. Oh no.
Oh? I thought it was just Nissan, but there's quite an unexpected person with him. Oh, you're gonna get a bad end?
Sakura smiles sweetly. The glint in her eye reminds me of Ryder's mystic eyes. Even if it doesn't paralyze the senses, it certainly has the same impact. No, Sakura, I can explain this.
I'm surprised to think that Senpai would join up with Nissan to sneak in my room. Normally I'd be happy, but now I'm a little sad.
She's not listening. Making the ground tremble with a thud, Sakura picks up the dirt diary-like notebook.
Nissan? I can tolerate everything else, but I told you only to stay out of my room, didn't I?
She glares at him. Or, I don't know, maybe Oni-chan didn't hear that. Maybe he sobered up. Shinji is shaking nervously.
I told you, it's written clearly in this notebook. Month 0, day 0, clear skies. Lots and lots of stars. Today's events, I told Nissan I didn't want him to go in my room, but he didn't take me seriously. I'll consider this an ultimatum. See? I didn't remember wrong.
Sakura laughs happily. Incidentally, I wonder what those star marks in the diary stand for. Oh yeah, now I remember. I did remember that. But it's awful, Sakura. I told you to stop, but Emiya wouldn't listen and said he wanted to search your room. He's invoking the Emiya shield at the last second. Not bad. You're nice backtracking as ever, Shinji. You're the one who said you wanted to see Sakura's diary. Me? Ha! Only the main character would do something so reckless. Isn't it a tradition for them to search the heroine's room while she's out and get dead-ended? I mean, yeah, kinda. He's not wrong.
Yep.
The only people who would do that are those with the protagonist's ability to not die even when he's killed, so there. Damn it, that statement is just overflowing with persuasive power. But you're just embarrassing yourself, Shinji. Your end has already been determined, so face it on your own like a man. Don't drag your friend into this. Boo, you're not my friend at all. Die with me as a kindred spirit instead. Shinji is unbeatable when seized by panic. No matter how hard I try to shake him off, he won't let go of my arm. Wait, the shadow. Sakura's shadow is coming closer. Can't abandon someone who would call me a kindred spirit. I can't. But the one that falls is obvious here. Give up. My only crime was coming into Sakura's room. She'll tell me off for that later, so for now, pay for all your misdeeds. Those weren't misdeeds. I just have a lot of likes and dislikes, that's all. I mean, don't put cherry tomatoes on salad. That's just cutting corners. Shinji unconcernedly shows what a picky eater he is. Well, certainly half of his sins were something of that nature, but I doubt he can talk his way out of the other half. Give up, Shinji. Take this as a chance to be reborn.
Yes, it's just as Senpai says. You'll have to make amends through the punishment written in this notebook.
Sakura's shadow slowly captures Shinji. Goodbye, Shinji. Or short team up. A short team up was fun, huh? Don't me, Emiya. Bad Ed 39. Now there's no need to be afraid. Be so afraid. Relax, Shinji. Even Sakura doesn't hate you. She just wants you to mend your ways. She won't go as far as to take your life. I don't remember off the top of my head what Bad End 39 was, but that there were 40 in total, so I guess it would have to be from Sakura. Oh, that's strange. You're not supposed to laugh there, are you, Sakura?
That's right, Senpai. I won't take your life, I just want you to mend your ways. Well then, please prepare yourself.
Huh? Am I missing something weird here, Sakura? Shinji's the one who should be preparing himself. I haven't done anything that bad.
You have, on close inspection, Senpai's lifestyle has many more problems than Nissan's. And...
And? Sakura takes out something somehow similar looking item.
Oh, all of them put their names on it. Wow, it's a sheer diary.
Yeah, it's a legendary book of death. No. There was another one?
Absolutely. And not just me, but Saber-san, Ne-san, and Ilya-chan right in it too.
Shadow comes closer. My kindred spirit grabs my leg and as firmly as I try to run away. Wait, you're still alive? Wait, you're still alive, Shinji? Relax, Emiya. Sakura's not a monster. You're the one who she said she wouldn't take our lives, right? She will. She most definitely will. You don't know what Sakura's like when she snaps. I got it. I'm to blame too. So I'm sorry. Let me go. Too late. It's fine. It's fine. Let's die together once in a while, Emiya. Come to think of it, dying in Sakura's room is kind of like a fate for me, huh?
It is.
Please don't make me go through that fate with you. My consciousness is slipping away. This sucks. To think there was one of those traditional absurd dead ends waiting for me. Uh-huh. Suddenly I wake up. When I rush to check the time, it's already past midnight. Whoa, I'm really sweaty. My whole body is drenched in cold sweat. I must have had a terrible nightmare. I shake my aching head, trying to remember what the dream was about, but let's not. It can't have been anything good. I collapse onto my futon with a thud. I have to be up early again tomorrow. I'll just forget about the nightmare and go back to sleep. But yeah, it wasn't a dream.
What was that scene?
Oh my god.
And they said bad end 39, right?
Yep.
I looked it up, and this is the one that popped up when I googled Tiger Dojo 39.
Let's see. Okay. Can't just spin and right or bear the pain. Oh yeah, this is... Okay. Okay, so that's from fighting, trying to fight Saber Alter instead of letting Ryder handle it?
Not
Okay.
sure why Shinji was mentioning that one.
Well, I mean, she was under Sakura's control at that point, so...
Oh, true. But wow, Zokin wanted Rin, huh, after that point. If only I'd taken the older one.
Actually, wait, are we sure that's number 39? Because 40 looks like the, looks more appropriate.
That's what this archive says, Tiger Dojo 39. Oh well.
Alright. Okay, back to this. And we have nothing. Yep. Mystery to Tosaka residence. I think this is
I guess
Rin's
it's her narrating.
Yeah.
And so, the investigation met its end. The convergence point of all events, the terminus of all possibilities. The one and only key that can definitely bring an end to this case. The conclusion I've come after long thinking and speculation. That's right. It cannot be anywhere but inside this.
Day one. Exciting. exciting box. I couldn't read that fast enough.
Let's talk about the cultural festival. The one who began talking was Mitsuzuri. She had come to talk not as a member of the archery club, but as a representative for all the athletic clubs.
Let's talk about the cultural festival.
The one who began talking was Issei. In order to make sure the cultural festival was successful, he had requested a seat in the talks with the athletic clubs who had yet to come up with a unified plan. I get it. In that case, how about my place?
Oh, okay.
The one sitting between them... Oh, wait.
Yeah, I guess this is Shiro now. The one sitting between them and shrugging her shoulders in amusement was Tosaka. Tosaka, who happened to be a professor by coincidence, volunteered to act as a mediator.
Great, let's go with that.
Right, sorry about this, Emiya, but... Wait, who's talking?
Please set up the tea on Sunday, okay?
Faced with the sight of the three of them in such perfect harmony, all I could do was nod. And that's how I ended up in my current situation. In preparation for Sunday, in 2 days' time, I purchased 4 people's share of tea cakes and headed towards the Tosaka residence. Very reluctant, but it's for my friends. Against that fiendish duo, even Issei is at a disadvantage. All I'm able to do is pretty much just be present and prepare the meeting place beforehand. Day 2. Hey, I'm here, Tosaka. There's no answer, but I told her I was coming today. I'm carrying a lot. For the time being, I'll go inside. Huh? Are you here, Tosaka? Doesn't look like she's in the garden either. I carefully look around the first floor, the basement, and the storage room. No sign of Tosaka. She's also carelessly left the door and windows open. Is she doing something in a room? She's probably right in the middle of some magical experiment. I go up the stairs and knock on the door in her room. To her room. No response. There's no sign that anyone's inside either. The door's not even locked. Way too careless. I slowly grasp the doorknob and timidly pull. Tosaka isn't here. She's not sleeping or changing clothes. Has she seriously left the house unattended? She's not on the upper or lower floors. The owner of the house is not in this room, and the windows were left unlocked here too. Even for Tosaka, it's hard to imagine she would just rush out and leave the windows, doors, and boundary field open. For all her bad habits, the biggest careless mistake here is that there are way too many flaws in everything. What happened? The top of the desk is in complete disarray. A familiar chest has been dragged out from the corner of the room. There's a half-empty teacup on the desk. A suspicious item. Everything around here is unnatural, but the unnaturalness is different from the usual. Did I mishear? Just faintly. Who? The voice came from somewhere. The girl was tightly packed inside the box. No, a sound from here is a little... How should I say? Not likely. However, I get the feeling she's in here. I mean, it's stupid. It's a stupid delusion. It's if Tosaka could be inside this. Maybe I should check to make sure. I slowly raise the lid with my hands and peek through the opening.
Oh, she is! Oh, look what's next to her, that wand.
Yep, that's Ruby.
Whoo!
The girl was tightly packed inside the box. Also, the Union Jack there for Britain. Close the lid. I rub my eyes. take a deep breath and try to face reality head on. Alright. I pull myself together and once more open the lid. Okay, hold on. What do we got here? So we got Ruby, we got the flag. I see a tiger plushie. A ball of some kind. We stare at each other for a few dozen seconds. This illusion before me, looking embarrassed at being discovered.
Surprised?
Gave a forced smile with all her might. There's no way. There's no way such a ridiculous situation like Tosaka being inside the chest could happen. What the? Now it's really shaking hard. I don't want to admit it, but Tosaka is really inside. The girl was pitifully packed inside the box. What? Why are you making a face like a depressed writer from a post-war pulp magazine?
Like who? Wait, the hell's this?
Or did we get those lines backwards? Oh. Tosaka was really inside? As I stand there in shock with the grunt of exertion, Tosaka climbs out of the box that was smaller than herself, as if any sense of distance and perspective had become all wacky.
You came to my rescue. I thought I was going to be stuck in there for days.
I looked back and forth between Tosaka and the chest. Huh?
I thought I should clean things up a bit, so I was tidying up the chest.
Popped it open with...
I propped it open with a stick, so the lid wouldn't close.
Propped it with a stick? What's with that?
Anyway, after I crawled inside, one thing or another happened.
Somehow it goes without saying the volumes and appearance of the chest don't sync up. And then... So the prop stick fell while you were inside? Little translation note here. Usually in Japan they call magical girl wands sticks, like in English, the actual English word stick.
Mm-hmm. Correct. Pretty daring stick to betray its owner's trust. I'll have to punish it later.
Wait, so is this like the first canon appearance of Ruby? Like, is it alive?
Must be.
She's muttering something I don't understand. So she was stuck because she can't be opened. It can't be opened from the inside.
Well, that's how it is. You really saved me there. I tried whatever I could to get out, but...
This is the prop stick that betrayed Tosaka. It's surely a treasure itself, so wouldn't it take offense to being treated as a support prop? I take it in hand. It's surprisingly heavy. This isn't plastic?
Since it has a circular top, it's going to slide if you use it as a prop. Something else would be better.
Oh.
Wait, what are you doing, Shirao?
Sorry, Tosaka. This is your...
Anyway, just let go of it.
Tosaka lunges at me, trying to snatch it away. Even though I would have been fine with obediently handing it over, I faltered at her angry expression and stumbled. Wait, Tosaka, don't push like that. She does that. Wah. Yeah. It'll be fine if I... It'd be fine if I only fell over. I pull my arm free of her and push her away with all my might. It backfired. Tosaka's head flies back, crashing into the lid above her when she then falls down.
Wow.
Something collided with my lower back painfully. In the darkness, there's a soft, supple sensation There's something rests on top of my body. No mistake, it's Tosaka.
Is this how we'll get the first H scene?
Phew. I take a deep breath and quickly calm down. The speed of this mental switchover is something that makes Emi Ashiro a reliable man in a crisis. Right, I'll explain, Tosaka. It's probably difficult to understand, but the two of us seem to be trapped. Gah!
How can you be so calm about this? After shamelessly making someone hit the back of their head like that so hard.
Sorry, I was trying to at least get you outside. It's the lid that's at fault. The lid. I try to persuade Tosaka as she flies into a rampage on my chest. It really hurts, you know? She slams her fist into my stomach as if it were a punching bag. I hope those Sunkei karate punches of hers aren't going to leave a bruise. Hey Tosaka, are you satisfied?
Yeah, I've calmed down a little now. Give that back.
She snatches the stick and flings it away. Does Tosaka really care so much about that item? Is it a keepsake from her childhood or something?
Emiya-kun?
I have trouble breathing when she whispers from so close. Just a sec, my arm... Ouch.
Is it sprained?
Oh wait, no. Is it sprained?
No, my hand can't reach from this position. Take the case in my skirt pocket.
Ah. I extend my hand. Wow, that's right. I might end up touching her in strange places this close up. No, calm down. Calm down.
No touching anywhere strange, alright?
Where's the pocket? Here? It was in a place where I could graze her bottom by mistake. My fingers make contact with the case. I tug it out and pass it to Tosaka. Now then, with a bit of squirming and twisting, we managed to separate our bodies. We couldn't stay tangled up forever. Wait, this chest has 2 people in it, and yet there's still space left over? Tosaka, what's up with this box?
It's what it looks like. This is a warped space that can contain whatever it is put in, regardless of the size. It's a small magic box that you can't simply escape from right after you've been put in.
Right after you've been put in? Is there really no way out?
If it's open from the outside, then there's no problem, but opening from the inside is difficult. How do I put this? I suppose it's an issue of the rules.
Rules? By rules, do you mean the chess rules?
Obviously, it's a chest after all. If something in it could just arbitrarily leave, it'd be troubling, wouldn't it? This is the Great Master Zelrich's favorite chest. It goes without saying that it stores and safeguards its contents perfectly.
Zelrich, then it's the same class as your jeweled sword?
Exactly. A magical box created with a second sorcery. The box stores things not by increasing the size of its space, but by fluctuating the volume of the items put inside. As a nonsensical side effect of this, the time inside the box differs from that of the outside. Hour in the box corresponds to a day in the outside world. It might be a strange comparison, but it's similar to a cold sleep.
1 hour is a day? In that case, if we spend 3 hours in here, Sunday will be over, won't it?
That's how it is. If we don't want to end up like Urashima Taro, we have no choice but to hurry up and get out.
Are you familiar with that story, Misaki?
Was that the dude who went underwater?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that one.
Tosaka lets out a sigh. She'd finally be able to get out, but due to my clumsiness, she's right back to where she started, so perhaps it's only natural. I understand that it's difficult to escape, However, there's no barrier to protect it from the inside, right? The box might break, but if you hit it with offensive magic, it might just...
Emiya-kun? Let's say you were locked up in a vault. Would you think of escaping by setting off dynamite inside of it?
Ah. Obviously, before the box would break, we'd be victims of the blast.
Firstly, with my magical power, blowing the lid off would be impossible. If I had the Great Master's jewel sword, it would be a different story though.
I see. Then what about your glasses?
What?
They're a magical item, right?
No, they're just for show.
Huh? Then why'd you put them on just now?
What do you mean? It's for when I'm in the mood to give explanations.
So they're not the same sort of... They're not some sort of key to escape?
Of course not. If there was such a thing, I would have gotten out of here by myself.
Seems like a hopeless state of affairs, and yet I'm surprisingly calm and composed. So what then? We're really stuck in this?
Yep. I don't want to say it, but we really are trapped in here. It's not my fault, but I'm sorry for involving you in this, Emiya-kun.
Her apologizing voice is a little frail. We really stepped in it this time, I groaned. Inside the small yet spacious chest. What will become of Tosaka and me? I held my forehead as I worried. Wait. We can't even go across the bridge. It's the only option. Okay. Oh, I just took a screenshot. Let me see what that actually says. Exciting magical box. Tosaka base. Daytime town. A day has passed. For us, it has only been about an hour, but to the rest of the world, the sun has come and gone.
Hey, I'm getting a little tired.
Yeah, same here. I speak without meeting her eyes. I'm getting a bit claustrophobic trapped in this place, but I've been feeling awkward being stuck this close to Tosaka for a while now. Well, I wouldn't mind staying like this forever, but cramped spaces aren't too healthy for the mind and body. I should start seriously thinking of a way out.
That's right, we can't stay like this forever. We should do something instead of just waiting for help.
Tosaka. She was even quicker to act than I was determined to. I don't know why, but she's getting more fired up than I am.
Okay, this box is full of mysteries. The only thing we can be sure of is that the lid is physically connected to the outside. This is simply an absolute law. In that case...
Before thinking of anything complicated, we should try brute force. That could work. The lid's right above us, so two of us should be able to push it open. With that decided, it would take immediate action. As though feeling the cushion to check its firmness, we delicately place our heads against the inside of the lid. Okay, but it took you an hour to try this?
3, 2, 1.
Push.
Push!
Grunting, I try to stand up straight. Damn, it won't budge.
That's the Great Master's chest for you.
Stop admiring, Tosaka. That's it. I pick up the stick from earlier. If I could just wedge open a small gap under the lid, maybe I can pry it open.
Forget about the stick, Shiro.
Ugh, then how about this? I turn upside down within the chest. If my arms can't do it, I'll use my legs, which have 3 times their power, and my back, which is 5 times as strong. If that doesn't work, I'll just reinforce my legs and try again. But before that...
Were you touching? What are you... Gah!
I'm struck by an absurdly strong blow. As I was moving, my arm hit Tosaka's breast, and my head came into contact with her butt. It may have looked like I was peeping at her from underneath, but still, ow. Tosaka, could you raise your leg?
Like, hell I will. You weirdo, pervert, oaf, water fountain, careless apron.
The last bit was just gibberish. God, the attacks are becoming more accurate. Alright, she's aiming for a KO. Gwa, I taste blood. I get it. So stop. Will you stop already? I returned to my original posture. If Tosaka had kept hitting me like that, at least my soul would have escaped this box. Tosaka pants like a scared cat. This is bad. This close up, I can feel the warmth of her breath on me.
I freaked out when you started touching me everywhere.
Sorry, I didn't mean it. Tosaka, your glasses? She was fooling around, so of course they fell off. As an apology, I moved to pick up the fallen spectacles. This... I feel a smooth body of resin. It flips open with my finger. The light from the LCD illuminates the chest. Isn't this a phone?
So she does have a phone.
Yeah, they did mention cell phones earlier in the story, so I was wondering if they had one, but...
I mean, they mentioned that she'd be too cheap to buy one.
Yeah. It's yours, right? What the? We should have just called for help earlier.
I guess so.
Misaki, have you ever seen a phone like this in person? I'm just... because...
Yeah, I've seen people still using that kind of phone.
Oh yeah, I guess they are still around, sort of, rarely.
Yeah, from like Walmart.
Taking the phone, Tosaka fiddles with the cover for a bit. Yeah, like, when this game came out, this was like a brand new model.
You call Emiya-kun.
Huh? Are you sure that's okay? I don't know what girls put on their phones, and peeping at her contacts and stuff would be bad manners.
Look, it's your fault we're stuck in here, so you do it.
Okay, I'll do it. Worried it might be packed full of other guys' names, I opened the address book. However, there are no men, women, or associates of any kind in there. Not even a single phone number has been recorded in this address book. So sorry, it could be that you don't know how to use this? Seems I was right on the mark. I won't rub it in. That's so like her. Oh, the batteries lasted well. 110 and 119 are probably no good. Letting the public authorities into a Magus' workshop isn't a good idea. I know 110 is the police, and I guess 119's like a hospital or, you know, ambulance.
Probably.
In that case, I could call Mitsuzuri since she's heading this way. Wait, I don't know her number. Come on, remember phone numbers. My house, Fujine's Fujimura group, and there's Homurahara, Ryudo Temple, Yamato Residence. No, Homurahara and Ryudo Temple are out. But the way things are, we can only request assistance from another Magus. Wonder if we'll get any signal in here. For now, I'll take a chance on calling home. That's definitely the best way. Saber, Ryder, Sakura, anyone who might easily grasp the situation. Bets on it being Fujine. Yep.
Hello, this is the Emiya household.
Fujine? But of course, the one that picked up the phone turned out to be the hardest one to explain things to.
Oh, what's wrong, Shiro?
Is Saber or Sakura home right now?
They're out right now. Ryder-san and Sakura-chan went out too.
Heck. Is Ilya not there either? Now that you mention it, I haven't seen Ilya-chan. Oh.
Now that you mention it, I haven't seen Ilya-chan around. So what's up, Shiro?
Oomph. The phone's battery won't last forever. So I don't know when the call will drop. I've got no choice but to somehow get Fujine to help us. Okay, Fujine, I need you to calm down and listen to me.
Is it about lunch?
Right now, we're in some trouble at Tosaka's house. Hello? Damn it. Is the signal too weak? Cut out an important part. Hello? We're in some trouble. Could you come help Fujine? Hello?
Together with Tosaka-san? Hey, what is this now? Shiro, didn't you say you would go to Europe alone?
Huh? What did Fujine just say?
Come on, your big sis is saying that kind of thing is no good, forbidden, absolutely not. It's way too early for you to be traveling with her alone. Even if a man and woman are cleanly and properly together, it's always, again and again, no good.
What the heck are you talking about? That's why I said to calm down. What the... Disconnected. Okay, but the screen there says it has 3 bars. Didn't even have a chance to ask for help. On top of that, something in there completely didn't add up. Calling my house was no good. Fujine was being weird, but to have Saber and Sakura out too.
Maybe. No, it's nothing. Is there anywhere else we'd be likely to get in touch with them?
If Ilya's out, she might be at the Fujimura group. Old man Raigo likes to dote on her. That's new information. Hello, is this the Fujimura group? This is Emiya. Thank you for always helping me out, but more than 1 hour and 20 minutes later than scheduled. Honestly, you should check your... Oh. I think this is Luvia.
Honestly, you sure took your time to contact me, didn't you, Shiro? Knowing you, I bet you've also picked up some new troubles.
At least she's the only character I know of who refers to him as Shero. Huh? Yep. An unfamiliar sounding voice comes from the speaker. Needlessly formal and yet fluent Japanese that wouldn't irritate a listener. Somehow it's a bit like Saber's voice, pure and clear. No, this is Emiya, but am I speaking with the Fujimura group?
Mr. Emiya, I am not some immature girl who is yet to grow up. Your total lack of tension sometimes makes me want to shoot out the windows. Do you think you're being charming now?
No, that is, pardon me. For some reason, I'm humbling myself. A mysterious character on the other end of the phone takes an audibly deep breath for added effect. By the way, is this the Fujimura group?
Stop shouting on about this sort of thing. No, it most certainly is not. The place is already enemy territory, as we cannot be sure that the other Magi haven't already set their sights on it. Surely, even you understand that much at least.
Crap. Somehow it feels like I'm stepping on a huge landmine.
Well then, shall we try this again, Shadow? Just who exactly do you believe you're reporting to?
Who is she? And so, the person I don't know asked me for their name. That's,
Correct. It is Edelfelt. Good grief, please get a hold of yourself. You're participating as my representative in Fem's banquet. I'm not saying you should score a crushing victory, but at least come back with the same amount of money you started with. What? Do you think I'll permit even €1 of wasteful expenditures?
Okay, so just a reminder, way back at the beginning of the game when we started with Bazett, she ran into some people who looked like Rin and Sakura, and they referred to themselves as Edelfelt. So Still wondering what the connection is there.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't look like you would, but even if you say that...
Switch places with me for a bit. Hello? I can't believe it, but is that self-important voice Luvia? What? Such barbarous speech. Is that Miss Tosaka? Why are you with Shadow? Didn't you choose Las Vegas because you weren't interested in Monaco? I have no idea what you're on about, but if I had to choose, then Vegas for sure. You're talking about gambling, right? If you're trying to make money rather than some upscale Western European casino, the business-like American ones seem better. So, looks like you revealed your true colors, Miss Tosaka. So much for your grace. You are a savage after all. No matter how much you pretend otherwise, no matter if attire will hide your low birth. Such a lady is unsuited to have servants and the like. If you desire familiar, let's see. I could give you a lizard from my garden, so promptly dismiss the servant you have now. Now you've lost me, but your Japanese is pretty good. You have no more interest in Japanese culture than you would for bread scraps, and now this. What a curious turn of events. Lady must take up whatever pursuits she fancies. There is no deeper meaning to speak of. Honestly, even bringing up such a conversation from 2 years ago. Well, I suppose if there is one thing I need to praise you for, it's the tenacity to maintain your spiteful nature over all this time.
Two of them continue their prickly argument back and forth. It's got nothing to do with me, but why do I have a bad feeling about this?
So, what are you and Mr. Emiya with each other? I find this most displeasing. That's mine, Luvia Galita. You know, Emiya-kun, it wasn't me who introduced you, was it? And also, what kind of pet name is Shadow?
A moment of silence. The unidentified speaker gasped as if she was having a heart attack and...
You're still bringing that up? How cruel of you, Miss Tosaka, even though we both agreed to forget that. Yes, I admit I bore you no ill will, but if I was ever in error, it was when we joined hands and jumped off the Tower of London. It was inevitable that I would end up with a nickname like Mary of July. What kind of stuff are they doing? Enough already. If I could turn back time, I would. How could someone like you be entrusted with that beloved chronicle of a do-or-die memories? I'm so stupid.
Several loud bangs come from the other side of the phone. They sound like gunshots, but I know they're Gander. No doubt about it. Whoever this is, she's clearly experienced.
Very well, Miss Tosaka. If this is your intention, I accept your challenge. I intended to stand by it until the casino owner appeared, but I'm heading over there now. Don't bother Mr. Emiya by saying anything unreasonable. Oh, and because you recalled Poppins of July, our reputation at the university is even, right?
Okay, I just had a thought. How does the time difference work when on this phone call?
Yeah.
Disconnected. What was that just now? Tosaka seems to know her, but I don't remember anyone like that. And why was she at the Fujimura Group's place?
Bit by bit, I'm starting to get it.
Tosaka, it's great that you understand, but now there's only one person left who we can call for help. Next is Sakura's house. Even if Sakura's not in, Shinji might be. We might have a winner here. Hello, is this the Mato residence? God, I think we're supposed to have voice lines here, but I'm going to assume Zoken. Oh,
Probably.
Isn't this Shiro? Eh? This voice. There's no mistake. Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Some voice. There's no mistake. It's Tosaka Rin herself. But the person in question is right next to me, clinging to me awkwardly.
What is it this time? It's been a little while since we last met. Are you calling me because you missed me, I wonder?
That is, what? This is way more of a mystery than the previous calls.
Aw, you're so cute, Emiya-kun. To tell the truth, I was so worried about what you were doing, Emiya-kun, that I couldn't sleep.
It was definitely Tosaka's voice coming out of the phone, but something about it was inconceivable. As though it were love-struck. It reminded me of lovers who shamelessly embrace each other in public. Hello? Sorry, it's a little crowded in various ways over here.
Is it really that bad? Aw, what would you ever do without me? You end up calling me every time you're in a pinch.
Her sugary sweet voice makes me wonder if she's gone mad. Actually, maybe I'm the one going crazy here. And there's another crisis, Tosaka, next to me, just waiting to happen. Tosaka, just what's going on? Somehow I get the feeling I'm calling a hopelessly different place. Covering the receiver, I asked Tosaka next to the Tosaka next to me.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, but if you make a call inside this box, it's like it connects to a different place. It's because this chest was created using the parallel world traveling Zelrich's second sorcery. It's not strange that something like this would happen.
Okay, now that makes sense. I get it now. Wait, this is pointless, isn't it? Even if we call a parallel dimension for assistance, the exception of that sorcerer, Jewel Sage Zelrich, there won't be any. He won't be able to come over here. Fujine, that girl from earlier, and this other Tosaka are all of no use to us whatsoever. It's useless, but the voice on the phone continues to talk without a care.
Okay, I'll head over there right away. Are you prepared? Since it's your request, I'll do anything you ask, my Emiya-kun.
Sweet as honey. Did she just kiss a receiver?
You laughing at? Give that here.
I really think it'd be better to hang up. The two of them are existences that should never meet each other. Just like a torch and gasoline.
Just hand it over. For some reason, I've been getting major goosebumps this whole time. I don't know who it is, but that woman is really getting on my nerves. What was that? What was that? A woman's voice just now? Wait, Shiro, what are you doing?
I can feel a fight about to break out. It's Tosaka versus alternate universe Tosaka. Oh dear god. I just want to cover up my ears and curl up into a ball.
Good afternoon, hello. Could this be Sakura? That you could think that is a wee bit terrifying, Tosaka-san. Please hold back what you say a bit. Sakura? Don't be ridiculous, and likewise, who are you? Who? Ah, so that's it, I get it. Is this the appearance of a thieving cat? No wonder Emiya-kun was troubled. He was caught by some ill-natured woman and threatened into phoning me to sever our relationship. It's like that, right? What? You're going to talk? This whole time you've been going on like some nymphomaniac. It's embarrassing just listening to you.
Tosaka is snarling at Tosaka. They both don't seem to realize that they're talking to themselves. I'm not sure if that's a blessing or a curse.
I don't care who you are or where you're from, but sickly sweet girls like you don't suit Emiya-kun. What this idiot needs is someone who will stick with him through thick and thin and guide him whenever he strays in the correct path. Right. Only someone like an honor student that carries herself like a committee chairman. Get it? A girl like you with pudding for brains can't measure up in the slightest. If you understand, hang up and go repent at a convent for your life up until this point.
Tosaka, did you turn off the filter way too soon? Or rather, maybe your intuition already figured out that she's speaking to herself.
I'm shocked. Even if he made a mistake, I thought there would be some worthy points from a woman who caught Shiro by her wiles, and yet... How disappointing. Committee chairman? Through thick and thin? The one who doesn't understand that it's you, miss. You couldn't possibly take care of him with that little resolve. Listen, it even took me years to figure it out. I'm really stubborn, you know. Have you ever forged a blade? Relentless hammering will only produce something hard yet brittle. At times, you will have to handle your work delicately or the product won't be flexible. It's the same thing here. Understand? Your ideas are too slow, incredibly slow. It's like I'm really talking to myself from 3 years ago. Don't be mad. Oh ho ho ho!
God, what did I do to deserve this?
Grr. Middle-aged women say the darndest things. You must have used some dirty means to seduce him, right? Shiro's a real idiot if he's gonna be taken in by a floozy like you. Yeah, I'll make sure to beat some sense into him after this.
Do you think this is the future Rin from the Capsule Servant?
Yes. Hold it right there. I don't care what you say about me, but saying that to Shiro is foul play. After all, it sounds like he's over there with you. I won't forgive you if you break the prize after losing the argument. Got that? If you hurt my Emiya-kun, no matter where you hide, I will hunt you down and kill you.
Too much love can hurt. Seriously, parallel world me. What the hell happened? In what way? By what means? How'd you get Tosaka Rin to fall this madly in love with you?
Alright, if you say something like that, I can see that you're really serious. For now. So you love him, but how should I put it? What's so good about him? Do you just have bad taste? Emiya Shiro's quiet, unsociable idealism just doesn't understand how a woman's heart works. He's not that great of a catch. Seriously, why are you so into him?
I want to object, but I'll probably just end up getting kicked, so I'll keep quiet for now. Huh? The other end fell silent. Even though it was obvious the Tosaka over here was pressing for a response.
Hey, why are you so quiet? Give me some kind of rebuttal, you.
No response. The Tosaka on the other end faintly laughs as though amused.
Humph. So it's not that much after all. With Shiro's main points, even you. Yes, I love everything about him.
They were only words, but they deeply rattled the Tosaka over here.
What? I told you, his elfishness, his thick-headedness, the way he blurts out whatever he thinks, his childish idealism, the way he ignores his wounds, all of it. You should be more honest with yourself, too. Word a different way, didn't you just admit that you love him in spite of all his faults? Wah! Stop messing around. I seriously can't stand those things. Sure, we'll go with that. But you know, miss, I don't stick with him through thick and thin. I protect him when he struggles, lend him a hand when it really counts, and only see the best in him. So I'll declare it now, rather than becoming happy together. I will, with no questions asked, and more than anyone else, give him happiness. Of course I already knew. No, I mean... Why would I ever go through that much trouble for him? Too bad, I see your point, but I don't think Emiya-kun is waiting for someone who needs that much. But so, then I'll do as I like. You might think that, but to me, he's the greatest partner I could ask for. Say, isn't that right, Shiro? We'd never be ashamed of our mutual love. So for that reason, reward me with a big kiss. Fine then. Take as many of him as you like. Mutual love, greatest man. With such a naive person, you'll have nothing but trouble. Humph. Heroes and princes on a white horse are just dreams. Drown in your ideals and die.
Now she's done it. In her emotional turmoil, Tosaka might have activated her magic crest, or maybe it was just brute strength. At any rate, the cell phone is now a magnificent piece of junk.
Aw, mobile phones sure are fragile.
No, never mind. Our hopes of calling for a rescue were now dashed, but that was still preferable to continuing that conversation until the battery ran out.
Well, it doesn't matter too much since it had been useless, but that woman just now sure was getting on my nerves. Emiya-kun? Was she an acquaintance of yours?
Don't know her. Never even seen her face. I can easily imagine what it looks like.
That's okay then. The one who was suckered in was that world's Emiya-kun, but be more careful after this. That woman is a formidable opponent for you. No, your natural enemy.
I see. Got it. I'll bear that in mind. And not with many thoughts flowing through my mind.
Very good. You're an honest one, Emiya-kun.
Enthusiastically mean it as well. After all, it was a warning from the person herself. However, now we're back where we started. It's impossible to use the cell phone to call for help.
I guess it's to be expected when relying on something useless. There should still be another way. Let's use our brains.
The tone she proposes sounds impatient for some reason. Still walled in on all sides.
Still walled in on all places.
No, still walled in on all sides, I grumble. Inside this cramped yet boundless room. Just what are we really going to do? I worry while cradling my head in my palms. Fourth day.
I'm tired.
So exhausted. We sigh in unison. It's been 2 hours since we got in the box. The joy from being packed tightly together has been all but drowned out by the oppressive atmosphere of being sealed up. Or maybe this indescribably oppressive atmosphere is more to do with the way Tosaka is on top of me. We've been frequently avoiding making eye contact for a while now, all while nervously tapping her pinky on her arm. Tosaka, should I try moving a little more towards the corner?
need to. Wasn't this the best you could manage anyway?
That might be the case, but didn't you say something like these walls don't have a set boundary? And if we push our bodies apart as much as we can, we should be able to make more space.
No, stop thrashing around. For argument's sake, even if you're able to stretch out by doing that, won't the volume of the box stay the same? If you made some room for yourself, the balance of space in here would become absurd.
I see, but are you okay with this, Tosaka? It just seems like you've been agitated for a while now.
Everything's fine. Apart from being cramped up here, there's no reason for me to be so agitated.
When it comes to that, I wonder if there could even be any other reason to be irritated. And another 30 minutes or so pass. Tosaka's appearance is becoming noticeably strange. It seems that stress is piling up. Even I'm starting desperately to want to stretch out, and although it's not that hot or humid yet, the rising temperature inside the box is only increasing our anxiety. So it's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, huh? Are you alright, Tosaka?
I'm alright. Not really. You're pretty calm, Emiya-kun.
I have no energy to reply. This is bad. I was optimistic that Saber or Sakura would come after an hour, but it looks like that isn't the case. Alright, Tosaka, I want to try out something just one more time.
What do you mean?
Look, when I came into this room, you were rocking the chest, right? That is, I saw that it was moving from... I saw it was moving from outside. What I'm saying is, although the sound from the inside the box was blocked off, it was moved, and the sound of the box striking the floor could be heard.
Could you hurry up and tell me your conclusion?
It's the opposite of what's normally done. In other words, not trying to open the lid from the inside. If you roll the chest and the lid catches on something, wouldn't it open from the outside? No good? I take a glance at Tosaka's expression. I thought she'd be going on and on listing reasons to reject it, but...
Yeah, compared to relying on that, your way is...
Huh? There's another way?
It's nothing. We'll go with that. It's decided.
Tosaka's attitude shifted rather quickly, suspicious. The sense of unease and tension are enough to get me to tilt my... enough to make me tilt my head to the side in doubt. Well, whatever. Alright, we'll roll it that way from the right side.
Roger. Ooh.
Supporting myself with the box, I thrust my body. I shift my center of gravity to match the movement, and the world tilts. What? The chest started to roll. Although, this is good.
No way. Yeah.
Not good at all. As we begin rolling, the feeling of riding inside the confined box transforms into something unbearable.
You touched me just now, your hand.
I can't help it.
Yeah. Where are you putting your head?
I said I can't help it. God, stop hitting me.
You've been having a good time, so let me hit you just once or twice.
Wow, that's already 3 hits. I'm being oppressed.
Ouchie.
Hey, are you okay?
Yeah, I just cut the tip of my finger a little.
I can feel the broken
I
piece. Oh, I can feel the broken piece of glass with sharp edges.
I have to rebuild them again. Extra expenses.
Tosaka's glasses, huh? That's right. They've fallen off earlier. And even with all that movement, the lid is still closed. No good, is it? Tosaka, perhaps from the shock of not being able to escape, let out a groan. As we've exhausted all our options. Well, then again, if a strange chest is lying around in the room, anyone who comes over would probably notice it right away. All we can do now is wait for someone to come.
No, we don't have the time to be leaving this up to luck like that. We've got a 30-minute limit.
Feels like it glares at me with bloodshot eyes. Somehow it's a very precise time limit. In half an hour. Is it because the 11th of October will have ended? No, that can't be it. I start feeling around. Because of its peculiar shape, I immediately know what it is. The stick that grew wings. Tosaka was rather obsessed with it. Something shining, but that's... no mistaking it. It's the stick. If I think back on it, the stick is the reason we ended up like this in the first place. But I wonder why it's glowing. Is it because we're inside of a dark box? Such a red light without substance. This is extremely ominous, or rather, it seems trustworthy, yeah.
Stop. Take your hand away from that, Shiro.
Heh? With Tosaka scolding, my senses return. And looking at it, I was just one step away from picking up that stick.
That was close. Sorry, but it's that alone that I just won't allow. Don't add to the number of our problems even more.
Tosaka relaxes her shoulders. On the other hand, the mysterious stick's radiance weakens with a suspicious. I thought it was just a little toy a while ago, but now it's just way too damn suspicious. It's like an amazing magical energy is emanating from it. Tosaka, what's with that stick? Is it a cursed item or something?
That's right. If we come this far, it could be bad not to tell you. Though I didn't want to say too much, this stick is called a kaleido stick. Just like this box, it's a mystic code created by Zelrech. It's something like a magic booster that supplies vast amounts of magical energy to the user that contracts with it.
Zelrech again? Huh, about that. Does that stick use a second sorcery as well?
Well, yeah, although it's kind of like that.
She's not speaking clearly. So even Tosaka doesn't know about this kaleidostick thing, its true nature, but still. Then how come you've been handling it like some sort of hazardous substance? Well, though it does have an amazing magical energy, and I only get an unpleasant feeling from looking at it. So it's obviously a curse type.
This thing caused me some grief a while back. Since then, I've been careful never to activate it, but... what a blunder, because I shed some blood earlier. It seems like it's awoken. Hey, how long are you going to pretend to be asleep, you defective spirit?
I need to turn the voice acting... Actually, the option won't be... Well, never mind. I can replay the line with this, but... I gotta know if it has voice acting, and it's... What? Tosaka glares at the stick, giving off a dull red light. The kaleidostick flashes on and off as if giggling, and... Okay. Oh.
Wow, it is Ruby.
Alright, do the line.
Who Hoo hoo hoo. That's impressive, Rin-san. It's only been 6 years and you're annoyingly grown up nicely. Ruby-chan is impressed.
Okay, let me option or config voices. So does Ruby have a voice, or is that under like other or something? Yeah.
Others?
Wait. Uriel and Cell actually have designs?
Oh, they do.
Huh.
Maybe for Hanafuda.
Well, no, that's like in-game art.
Okay.
Okay, so let me.
見事ですリンさんわずか6年でよくもそこまで子肉らしく成長しましたルビーちゃん感激です
So that means that Zoich is the one who made the magical girl stick.
Yep. By the way, same voice actor as Kohaku.
Wonderful.
Heh. Somehow cheerful yet mischievous, adult yet girlish. The voice of a girl who'd look good in an apron resounded inside my head. Like I said, Kohaku. Oh, by the way, you remember Sapphire Miyu stick? That's Hisui's voice actor.
That's perfect casting then.
Yep.
You haven't changed at all, have you? I'd have thought you'd have reflected on your behavior a little after 6 years coated in dust, and yet... No, worry not. I have done plenty of reflecting. From now on, I won't do anything outrageous as to frighten my owner and make them run away. Yes, once the contract has been agreed to, I'll follow you until your death.
The rumbling kaleidoscope praises its high spirits and reliability. The words sound German, but the meaning came across as though clear Japanese. How strange. Actually, all of this is strange. Tosaka, I feel like this stick is talking to me.
It is talking. This talking stick is the real deal. My, how rude of me. Nice to meet you, Shiro-san. I'm the artificial airhead spirit acting as the Kaleidostick's function pointer, feelings, etc. My name is Magical Ruby. If you would, please be more familiar with me and call me Ruby.
Sure, thank you for your consideration. Now then. I'm often susceptible to the deception of a sweet voice, but this thing is dangerous. An unrivaled type of character. Artificial and yet airheaded. Magical energy it's emitting is like poisonous radiation. In the first place, there's no honest person in this world with magical in their name. Wait, wasn't Kohaku's alter ego magical something?
Was it? I know it's like a witch.
Yeah.
Familiar's familiar. I'm never going to use you. Give it up and hurry back to sleep already. Spilling blood on you earlier was an accident. Even if you were to stay locked up in this box for your entire life, it's because I have no intention of making a contract with you. Right, then it's settled.
Oh yeah, magical amber. Wait, what? Sorry, what the heck is this? I looked up magical amber on the wiki, and there's actually a version of her without the hood. She's a fox girl. Let me post the image for you in Discord.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Minus the syringes.
Wonder where that's from. I gotta look that up later.
I understand Rin-san's order.
The kaleidoscope shines as if smiling sweetly. What's this? Does it actually understand?
Then, with negotiations over, let's jump right to the resolution. Hurry, hurry, make a contract with me, please. With the two of you in a pinch like this, there's no way I can just calmly go back to sleep.
I take that back. Not even in the slightest was such a conclusion reached in that conversation.
I see your listening function is in the same state as always, you stupid stick. Fine, I will never, ever make a contract with you again. Oomph.
Tosaka turns her face away. Ah, rejected. Well, having that aside, Tosaka, you said something about again?
Yeah, I made a contract with it once before. An error of my youth. After my father died, I discovered it when I was putting his belongings in order. The instructions were there as well, and I wonder what would happen if I tried to make a contract.
I am so surprised that the magical girl Rin is actually canon to the main universe.
Yeah.
When you tried to make a contract, what happened? Don't tell me your body was hijacked or something.
Well, actually, I don't remember anything.
You don't remember?
Right, so when I regained consciousness, I was collapsed in my room. The stick was put away in a box, and there was just a note in my own handwriting that said, never use that stupid stick again.
You don't remember anything from when you used the stick until you put it away? So then, was there any real harm done?
No clue about that, however. My casual friends decreased in number after that day. Well, since I was an honor student, people were always at a distance. But then they would run away with a look of terror, or rather amazement in their eyes.
What happened in those missing few hours? The only ones who know the truth are Tosaka's friends at the time and the stick. I see. Anyway, having nothing to do with it would have been better, right? Because that is, without a doubt, a cursed item.
It's wrong, it's a misunderstanding, Shiro-san. Rin losing friends was her own fault. I was in no way responsible. It's more than just a misunderstanding. If you're claiming innocence, then reveal what you did to me and what happened on that day. What, you ask? Didn't Rin-san merely go into town and appear on stage at a park where everyone had gathered? Like an idol from the 80s. Everyone, thank you for coming to see me today. Kind of like that. Everyone was totally weirded out by Rin. But Rin-san was happily smiling from the beginning to end.
What's that? Compared to what I was imagining, that's rather pitiful mental trauma.
Yes, I know that. I caught one of the kids that ran away. The question is why? Why did I do something like that? I would think the reason for that is obvious. Rin-san used me to transform into a Rin who's good at singing. Huh? Yes, the Rin-san of that day was adorable. During the music, she hiccuped at the best moment, was laughed at, and felt sad. Because I must be the best at that song, she said. Moved by the sight of her practicing while crying. I just had to toy with this amusing girl, or I mean, I felt like becoming her strength. The details don't matter. But wasn't that terrifying phrase you just said transformed into a me who's good at singing? Because a transformation is a transformation. I'm the Kaleidostic, the happy one-of-a-kind mysticode created by the parallel world, traveling Zorich. Shall we call that ability Prism Trance? Allowing Rin-san the user to change her skills to that of another Rin-san, I'm a lyrical item of nightmares.
This Tosaka, with the skills of another Tosaka. Wait, what?
No way. Then, when you said transformation, you were serious? Hoo. As expected from the head of the Tosaka house, you understood my explanation well. Ruby-chan is surprised. Though the truth is, I want to leave the mystery to him.
The voice from the Kaleidostick, no, Magical Ruby, gave me an image somewhat like a defeated smile. It keeps repeating itself, but its voice was just devastatingly cute. No, don't be fooled. Hey, Tosaka, what did all that mean just now?
Like it said, a transformation. It's hard to believe, but this stick, the Kaleidostick item that the Kaleidostick is an item that transformed its owner. For example, say I'm going to make some delicious black tea, however, I can't make black tea very well. By the time, all I have to do is wave that stick once, and presto! I became the Tosaka Rin, who's an expert at making black tea, who exists in a parallel world, and become able to make delicious black tea. Or rather, it's that the skills are only being temporarily borrowed.
Okay, so like Everything Everywhere All at Once. Have you seen that movie, Misaki?
No, I didn't get to see it while I was in theater, sadly.
You should check it out when you can. It's really good.
I heard it was fun.
Yeah. I see. It just downloads the necessary abilities, right?
Download? Yes, setting aside that outdated Rin-san, Chiro-san has it right. This world's Rin-san is an anachronism, but a high-tech Rin-san might exist in a parallel world. I fetched that high-tech Rin-san's exterior and dressed it up to the Rin-san here, and dressed up the Rin-san over here with it. The result, Rin-san becomes an electronics expert in less than 1 second, yes.
Wow, that's incredible. That means, by calling out Tosaka's various what-ifs, she can become a specialist in anything?
However, regarding this, there are several standard operating procedures. An imitation must first begin with its form. When she used the prism trance, Rin-san's attire became that of which was appropriate for her form. And yet, for some reason, everyone disliked it. Thanks to that, in the past, present, and future, I will only have 2 masters.
Magical Ruby sobs, hiding her tears with her kimono sleeve. Well, not really, but the kimono is a persistent image.
What? Just that by itself shouldn't be enough to even bother anyone.
Oh wait, Shiro said that? Or wait, you don't mean that you... Okay.
Yes, like I said, the appropriate costume. If you wanted to make delicious tea, it would be in a maid's outfit. If you wanted to be an amphibious Tosaka Rin, it would be a school swimsuit. And so when poor you wanted to be good at singing, I was pleased to provide you with an over-the-top goth loli outfit.
In other words, it's unmistakably a magical girl.
Ah, by the way, the words she shouted to activate the transformation were the most embarrassing choice at the time. Oh dear me. At that point, everyone in the park went ghastly pale. You stupid stick. That was what reset my entire network of friends.
The terrible truth is now revealed. An item that makes use of the second sorcery, the true identity of the magic stick that grants the wishes of young girls. It was truly a costume box for both the mind and body. Yeah, never before has it been easy to spot the appearance of dark magic. Well, that's the reason no one wants to make a contract. Anyway, let's think about other methods now. Let's regroup, change our mindset, and completely ignore any noisy distraction.
How mean. Make a contract with me, Rin-san, since the blood drawing's already done. All that's left is to say a single word of agreement. Good. Ignore it completely, Amiya-kun. It may be a mystic code of the second sorcery, but something like having completed a temporary registration with my blood doesn't matter. As long as I don't touch it, it will turn itself off given time. Then it's goodbye. Such a dangerous item should be sealed at the bottom of this box for eternity. No way! Ooh, such cruel treatment. Even though I just wanted to fight for justice alongside Rin-san.
The stick cries in anguish. As Tosaka said, it seems that if we keep ignoring it, the stick will go back on how it originally was. Even then, doesn't it seem just a bit pitiful? Tosaka, if it's just used to get outside, shouldn't that much be fine? Also, I feel an affinity with the phrase "fight for justice."
Amiya, you should make a contract. You're too soft. If we let the stupid stick out, someone could make a contract with it. Or what? Is some weirdo calling herself a magical girl appearing in Fuyuki City one day okay with you?
That's a difficult question. Hey, I'm a guy, honestly, between whether I want to see it or not. Whether I want to see it or not want to see it. And so...
You're so persistent. You're like a shady salesman. No, I can't compete against your stubbornness. Honestly, you've offered such great service and yet you still say no. Ruby-chan is very perplexed.
Magical Ruby's voice echoes inside the locked room. Thanks to their quarrel steadily reaching its peak, the temperature in the chest was rising. Tosaka's discomfort index, which ran high even during the best of times, had swelled like the size of the sun.
Understood. If it's come to this, I'll put everything out there. If you act now, you'll even receive an accompanying mascot character, the foremost proof of a first-rate magical girl, completely free of charge. Oh, you're so good at haggling, Rin-san.
Ilya never even got one of those.
Wow. Wah. You've been haggling from the start, and now you say that?
Tosaka is screaming hysterically. Not good. I need to call for help as soon as possible. It's not to get out of the box, but to get away from the stick.
Aw, by the way, Shiro-san, what's your preferred personality pattern? Small animal overflowing with wild charm, a slightly precocious fairy, an elegant spirit who guides young girls, a transforming, combining giant robot. I want Mecha Hisui. And so forth. Shall I meet your various needs?
It's fine as it is, really. Because it would be a pain. Even without creating a strange character, you're already a mischievous enough mascot.
Oh my.
Magical Ruby raises her voice happily. Did she think I was praising her? If it wasn't obstinately repeating itself, I'll admit the voice itself was cute.
See, Rin-san. Shiro-san agrees with me too. Why don't you put it all behind you and make a contract with me? If you do, breaking out of this box made by that old fart, by Zelrach, would be simple, wouldn't it? Even if I die, no. If you want to make a contract that badly, how about with your precious Shiro-san, who you seem to have been talking with so intimately for a while now? Yes, I want that. As much as I greatly like to do that, I'm a mystical restricted to women. You've already given your blood and completed the master registration, so come on, you can help me out.
Darn, no magical boy.
Shut up. I'm the one in need of help here. Even in normal circumstances, my patience would be pushed to its limit. Is that so? Couldn't you be more upfront about needing to pee?
In an instant, the temperature inside the box dropped into the negatives.
Shall we call it a blunder? It's natural for the human body, an unavoidable part of its structure. But still, it can't be helped, right? Counting from before Shiro-san turned up, you already endured for 4 hours.
Kosaka is trembling all over. Now for the violence. I'm only 1 second away from the from terrible violence. Surely.
Ooh, that's right. Anyway, that's how it is. Sorry for drinking some tea before starting my luggage. After all, I'm descended from the proper Tosakas.
Or perhaps...
But I won't just be one person who dies. No, instead it's goodbye, humanity. Because if it's like this, I'll destroy you along with the Earth as well.
It's the Battle of Kalman.
Yep, it is. Right, and for that reason, clench your teeth, Emiya-kun.
Something like that. It's easy to imagine. Kosaka is feeling ashamed in her awkwardness. I'm the one who should be ashamed here. I understand those feelings so much that it hurts. Times like these, a more outgoing and cheerful kind of guy would be able to pass this off as nothing. Sorry, Tosaka, I wasn't being considerate.
Eh?
I made it.
I made it as
I know it said. Yeah, it said narration. I made it as sincere as I could. If Tosaka was embarrassed back then, I should be even more embarrassed. I'd only been thinking about the time. No, let's end this topic here. We need to think about how to leave. Just watch. We'll get out of this box in no time. This was the best I could do to support her. I might end up getting self-conscious, but it's several times better than awkwardly trying to gloss things over.
Yeah, that's right. I may have gotten a little too worked up.
Well, I'm thick-headed after all. Around that much is just about right.
Really not. I have a little better opinion of you, if only just a little.
I see. That's good then. I finally relax. Probably because the tension surrounding Tosaka has calmed down. But then again, against my better judgment. But you should have just said so if it was something like that. I could project at least a bedpan or two, right? As usual, I've dug my own grave.
That's much worse than just being thick-headed.
Ouch. A star soars by. It's not a metaphor. I seriously saw a star just now. Tosaka, hand. The stick, you're holding the stick.
Damn it! It was the first thing close by. Hoo-hoo. All according to my calculations. People can't help but instinctively resort to with a blunt weapon. You've got a splendid predisposition for slapstick comedy, Shiro. With this, you're perfectly suited to be Rin-san's partner. You think I'll lose? Damn it, to a joke like this? It's useless. The necessary procedures for the contract are already in order. Confirmation of master via blood, usage contract through touch, and the energy to make me activate. I've certainly received them all. Take your receipt, please, master.
Devil's stick is sparkling, but energy? Tosaka didn't give her anything, right?
Don't screw with me. I never sent any magical energy. Hoo-hoo? What's required to activate the Kaleido Stick is nothing like magical energy. What's required is love. Not only that, but love directed towards a man's insensitive heart. It's the super maiden power of not being able to be honest. What the hell? Enough already. I want to die.
God, don't lose, Tosaka. Just leave it to me. In that case, I'll do it with brute force. I'll take the stick from Tosaka's hand.
That won't work. Kaleido. Beam!
What? Can this thing just do whatever it wants?
Apparently so.
The rough wind brushes my cheeks. Oh wait, I think this is Rin.
The rough wind brushes my cheeks. How much time passed after that? Or rather, just how far have I traveled from my hometown? At the end of a gap of many months and years, I awake in an unknown world. How lonely. It's like I'm a lone machine that was sent off to the frontier, just a drone. A wasteland as far as the eye can see. It's clear that this isn't Earth, but some unknown star in which I'm standing alone. How should I put it? In this ridiculous space, even my sense of reason is reaching its limit.
Oh wait.
Welcome to the magical star of dreams.
There's Shiro down there.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe he is narrating.
I'm here to welcome you, Shiro-san.
A mysterious object makes a racket. Now that I'm here, I've finally come to understand Tosaka's feelings. And I better understand how to deal with that thing. To explain the alien called Magical Ruby. At the heart of it, it's never finished a conversation in its entire life. I get it. You could do anything, so where am I?
Like I said, the magical star. The highest peak for those who love justice, or what looks like it. It's inside of the Kaleido Stick.
Huh, so in short, it's the scenery you imagined?
Yep. As expected of Shiro-san, you're quick to understand things related to bounded fields.
This is terrible. There must be a bargain sale on reality marbles. I may have no right to speak, but this is pretty tasteless. You don't have any friends, do you?
Strike. Ugh, how cold. Even though I invited you here because you have things which resonate with me.
Things that resonate with you? I tried to make the question sound as cold as possible.
Oh, come now, Shiro-san. Asking when you already know. Shiro-san is an ally of justice, and I am a magical girl of justice. See, we're both justice-loving people. So, work together with me and produce a magical girl justice from this depraved monster that is Tosaka Rin-san. Currently is. I want to team up with you, but...
There's no exit anywhere? However, this ridiculous world shouldn't last forever either. I think it's got perhaps a minute left.
You there. Please don't look around so restlessly. It's fine, isn't it? I'm saying it's for the people of this world. It's not like I'm compelling Rin-san for my own amusement or anything. I said it earlier as well, but the directive engraved into my core is love and justice.
I'm not suspicious. The out-of-place artifact probably... Oh, okay. The out-of-place artifact probably puffs out its chest. Hey, isn't that supposed to be love and peace?
Yes, exactly, of course, human. Because love will prevail. Ah, love and justice power. It has such a self-righteous ring to it. If I do say so myself, I think it's a splendid reason to exist.
It's being serious. Something should be done about the ceiling designation class hazard. The ceiling designation class hazardous item.
Anyway, that's how it is. For the peace of everyone, I would like Rin-san to become an evangelist of love and justice on my behalf. After all, I'm a lonely magical item. No matter how much power I have, I can't do anything if a person doesn't come and use me. Besides, Shiro-san, even if you are troubled by Rin-san's usual behavior, right? Rin-san should use a bit more of her excessive comedy talent for benefit of everyone.
Although I want to sympathize with that opinion a bit. As I thought, I shouldn't trust it. I mean, it let its true intentions slip out. I'm not sure whether Zelrich realized how bad this thing was and hastily added it as a feature, or whether it's because we're talking via telepathy, but Ruby can't conceal her motives. I can hear them perfectly through the brackets.
Come now, there's no time to be indecisive. As a comrade who loves justice the same as I, please give me your answer. Ruby-chan believes we can become friends, Shiro-san.
Got it, but for argument's sake, what is this love and justice? If that's even what you're really talking about. So Ruby, what is justice to you?
Yes, let's see. Equality in the world, things that are interesting and funny, at least to me, right?
Then, according to Ruby, what is evil?
Stop it, Shiro-san. Isn't it obvious that the things that oppose me are evil?
What? This thing actually thinks it's okay to not keep that sort of statement to itself? No, our conversation is over. You demon. Give back Tosaka. Return me to my original world. I'm not going to stick with you while you're playing around.
No way. I thought you were fellow ally of justice. We could have been friends, Shiro, and yet it's already too late. Right now, Rin-san is receiving by force an understanding of the wonderfulness of justice. The contract will be complete in mere seconds. I said it before, but the contract can't be cancelled. If my contract is almost curse-like, it's because it's in old Zelrich's handwriting.
Ugh. Bastard, if the circumstances become bad, you'll just revoke it. But don't underestimate me. I haven't been getting caught up in strange situations like this just for show. Here goes. I slam my hand on the ground and look up towards the sky with all my might. When you're in a nightmare, the quickest and easiest way to deal with it isn't to escape from the world. It's deciding to annihilate yourself. Tosaka. I pulled back from the nightmare. Tosaka was, as expected, still enduring. Tosaka, hand me the stick. I grabbed the stick from Tosaka's hands. Or not. Gah, the kaleidoscope flashes.
Ooh, hoo, hoo. The curse contract is complete.
Damn, I didn't make it in time?
No, there's no problem, Emiya-kun. Magical Ruby is a spirit of justice. There's not even a speck of error in her behavior. I'm a magical girl of justice. There's no solution to my behavior. That's right. For villains who oppose me, I won't even permit counterattacks.
What do you mean, curse? This is just brainwashing, you stupid spirit. Let go already. Just hurry up and pass me the stick, Tosaka. So I can smash it into tiny pieces with my knees.
I'm down, Enya-kun. There's absolutely no need to worry. We were the only ones who were being silly. Yeah, there's nothing to worry about with being a magical girl. I fight for love and justice. What is there to be ashamed of?
I'm asleep. This is a nightmare. Even then, this is still really embarrassing.
You still don't understand how wonderful the kaleidoscope is. I mean, only believing in justice isn't enough. But don't worry, I won't abandon you or anything. You're an important friend, Shiro. From now on, whether it's being rejected by a beloved senpai, or a rich girl from the magical world transferring to our school, we'll overcome any hardship together.
It's no use. I can't stop this catastrophe. I want to escape as soon as possible. Not from the box, but from Tosaka.
Right, here I go. Shadow. Compact full open mirror world corridor maximum expansion. The mirror from is
mirror form. Yeah. The mirror form is readying for.
Oh yeah, the mirror form is readying for transport. Yes, my master. Opening the kaleidoscope gates. Oh? Yay, we did get that art. Thanks for waiting, magical girl Kaleido Ruby is born. How was it, Shadow? That was a good performance for my first transformation, right? Rather than a good performance, it was more of a shock. By the way, what's with this new strange way of...
Calling me. I stopped.
Oh,
that was it, yeah. By the way, what was that strange... Wait. What? No, that was her. Okay. Calling me. I stopped mid-sentence. I recall the indescribable sensation of my own body being out of place. Like the time Ilya was playing a prank and my limbs became like a stuffed toys.
What, you ask? You mean the name received when I transformed, right? It's just what goes along with being a magical girl. The heroine's heroine's partner. See?
Oh, see? Kaleido Ruby points a finger in my direction. What? What is the meaning of this?
What are you talking about? Didn't you confirm it properly? I asked you earlier about what type of mask that would be good. Incidentally, the name that you had before was already taken by another master. I apologize, but please understand my situation.
What? But weren't you the accompanying mascot?
Eh? Ah, no, Shiro-san. Do you think I do something like take a position under someone else?
It was a truly stunning self-analysis.
Right, now that it's settled, let's hurry up and break out of this box. Because there are important things waiting for us out there. As fast as possible, with more power than the sun, to the troubled children throughout the world with strawberry bloodstained love. That is correct, my master. Next week, the new TV program Magical Girl Kaleido Ruby Episode 1. Incinerates, burning, drag. A struggle to the death, a golden crescent 3,000 meters up in the sky. The Scarlet Scud launch.
There's a title on the verge of brain death. A maelstrom of magical energy converges. Enough to fill the cramped yet limitless magic box. It condensed into the kaleidoscope in an instant.
Open it. Trinorg. To the place I desire, the way I desire. Here we go, Sesam. Offne dish. Yeah, fantastic, my master. I did it. I managed to get the red one.
The lid that should not be able to be opened by any means from the inside opens. The blinding light and the vast amount of magical energy from earlier have completely vanished. That moment isn't something that can be perceived naturally. The boundary between the inside and outside the box, the single moment in which you return to normal time from that which was nonsensical.
Thank you very much. It looks like I finally fulfilled that purpose I was made for, thanks to you, Emiya-san.
And like that, I'm thanked. You're welcome. And what happened to Tosaka?
There is no reason to worry. As I've more than fulfilled the contract, I'll be taking my leave here. From now, I won't appear like this again, and the persuasion of the contract will be left behind when she leaves this place as though it never existed.
Brainwashing. Then you're...
Yes, this is farewell. After this, I'll only be a part of your lives as a simple kaleidostic. Take care of yourselves, Shiro-san, and find happiness with Rin-san as well.
Magical Ruby's presence is fading. Maybe it wasn't so bad after all. The artificial spirit that had put us through so much is fading away unceremoniously. By the way, what about Tosaka's memories of when she was Kaleido Ruby?
Yep, I made sure to leave them behind properly this time.
Truly, it's like a demon to the end. We tumbled down onto the soft carpet. The air is refreshingly pleasant. Truly a lot has happened, but we finally come back to the outside world. We managed to come back, but Issei and Mitsuzuri are right in front of us. Yo, that's right. I think that's Mitsuzuri.
Yo, that's right. The thing on Sunday, I came over earlier.
There's no reply. Rather, there's no reaction at all. They just keep staring behind me. Or at least that was his line, but...
Sorry to keep you waiting, everyone. Enforcer of love and justice, Kaleido Ruby's Prism Makeup is start. Ing?
I see, so that's how it is. Any explanation for this would be useless. If there were 100 people here, 100 people's eyes would be popping. That was unmistakable. That was unmistakably a magical girl. With the persuasion brainwashing removed, Tosaka had registered the ability to think properly and was trembling. Her behavior just now, mixed with her current appearance and the recollection of that unpleasant experience.
Fine, just laugh. What's with that? What's with that Tosaka? That's As expected, Ayako, no mercy.
Tosaka.
What? You want to laugh as well? Go ahead and laugh.
Is that a performance for the cultural festival? However, the student council hasn't received an application for approval stating 3A will do a play. Misaki was calm as always. Always nice to people, and today even nice to Tosaka. Wait, who's this? I think it's Misaki.
Alright, that was cute, Osaka. It's the best. To prepare something like that for the cultural festival, you're really into this.
Despite being a close friend, Mitsuzuri was laughing so hard she was having trouble breathing.
Cultural festival?
I see, so that's why we're here after all. A small mercy. It seems we narrowly avoided the Tosaka Rin as a magical girl theory. You were having a fitting session together. I'm going to have to question you about that later, Emiya-kun. Two people coming out of a tiny box is quite the magic trick, isn't it? I'm amazed. Issei's eyes brighten up. He may be on bad terms with Tosaka, but Issei praises the feat for what it is.
Well, aiming to get Miss Homurahara for the 3rd year running with its clever scheme was something even I hadn't anticipated. Aw, you're so cute. Totally adorable. Yeah. Winning the same way every year wouldn't be interesting, right?
Indeed. Up until now, I've insinuated that you were a sly fox and feigning modesty among others. I apologize. To abandon your honor student image in order to liven up the cultural festival, Tosaka, even though you're my adversary, I'll admit that is an approach not to be trifled with.
Yeah, it looks like this year's gonna be interesting. And Mato's popularity has been rising the past half year. Might there even be a major upset? Is Sakura really that popular?
Oh,
That was Emmy, I guess.
Yeah. Wait.
Oh,
Yeah,
now
no.
that's inexcusable. Whose side are you on, Emiya? Sakura's or Tosaka's?
Ge? Mato's
Mato's an important junior to me after all. From a neutral standpoint, I can't let you favor just Tosaka. In the spirit of being fair, you have to tell Mato about your preferences. Well, I guess it'll be difficult no matter how hard she tries. I mean, it's a magical girl, a magical girl. That's great. I want to try being one too.
Bad times for my heart continue. Mitsuzuri laughs and Issei continues heaping on the praise. In the end, unable to get changed until the two of them went home, Tosaka had to deal with the arrangements for the cultural festival as Kaleido Ruby. Naturally, in the flow of that discussion, she became obligated to participate in the Miss Homurahara contest looking like that. Seems the two of them finally went back. Well then, I guess the trouble over that box is finally settled. I'm clearing off the table for Tosaka, who hasn't moved for a while. Hey, Tosaka. Isn't it alright? Everything's been settled. More importantly, what happened in the box was...
I blame you. I blame you anyway because it's all your fault, Shiro.
Yeah. Nothing was settled at all. Despite escaping the box and finally getting free from Issei Mitsuzuri, Tosaka is still trembling. I'm worried. Was it really that hard for her after all? But it's not fair to say it was entirely... That's to say, it was not fair to say it's entirely my fault. After all, I really put a lot into trying to rescue you from Magical Ruby, and yet...
Fine then. Let me at least say this much, or that much. If you hadn't said stupid things or picked up that stupid stick in the first place. You stupid combo. Double mascots. Ah, jeez. Contracting with that screws up my life.
So that's how it was. The greatest victim was surely Tosaka. I, who couldn't help her even though I was by her side, should at least let her use me as an outlet and properly listen to her complaints. Sorry, if it were a bit more reliable, something like that wouldn't have happened. Yeah, let's look for a way to cancel the contract with the state together. I clasp her hands. Leaving that aside, Tosaka, will you be okay without going to the bathroom?
Is he bringing that up again?
See, you look like you're in pain, and haven't you been trembling for a while?
Why you? Back in the box once more, stupid Shiro!
Why? I take a magnificent fall. Back inside the box again, I close my eyes and they hit the back of my head with a thud once more, and... Yeah? Wait, somehow I bumped into something soft. Huh? Just now, that was undoubtedly a person's voice. While thinking that nobody could be here anymore, and the back of my mind tells me that the rules, concepts of time are known to this box. I just accept that. Assaulted by a bad feeling, I timidly turn around. There she is. Just who would you... Oh wait, I think that's her saying that. Or just who would you be? Right there is a figure of an unknown lady dressed in blue, holding the Kaleido stick. The storm continues. The trouble surrounding the box is not yet ended. Exit restart. Well, that was surprising. Huh. Okay, that was a lot to take in. So that's how Luvia gets introduced. Magical Rin is canon. Oh boy. I think we can probably call it there for today. Let's take a look at what we unlocked.
I was half expecting it to be Ilia in there because Prisma Ilia.
I don't think Prisma Ilia was actually a thing at all until the actual Prisma Ilia manga.
Dang, that would have been cute if she debuted here too.
Yeah. I still don't have enough for this one. Oh, I didn't unlock anything else here?
You got a new wallpaper at least.
Yeah, I did get that. I think I got it 2 or 3 actually. Ooh. Ooh.
The man, I think my favorite scene from today is probably the one with Shinji, the diary reading.
Wait, I think is this the Senran Kagura artist? I look up this name. Let's see, Yaigashinan. What? Oh, yep, that is the Senran Kagura artist. Recognize that style anywhere. Alright, what else we got here? Is that it? Just the 2?
I guess so.
Alright. Okay, so I guess that'll be it for today then. Alright, so, yep, thanks for watching, everyone. We'll be back on Saturday next week at 10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That's an hour earlier than usual. Then, again on Sunday. On Friday this week, I think I'll be able to get back to Metroid Prime Remastered. I should be 1 or 2 streams away from finishing that. We've got J-Star's Victory Versus going up this week. I think Fate Great Order is going to be on hiatus for a little while at least. I don't know when the next new event is, or actually I think an interlude campaign's coming after this event ends. Alright, yep, so we'll see you then.